Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Tuesday coverage of the rest of the things we played at SGF that we're allowed to talk to you about, which is most of them, but not all of them. Some of them will be coming up tomorrow, and then some of them will be trickling out throughout the months and years to come. I'm wearing these goggles because I've had a migraine all day. Not just to look cool as hell, but it doesn't hurt.
You look like the badass villain lady in Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Oh, yeah.
I must confess I do not remember what she looks like.
No.
Continue
No idea.
on, I'll show you.
All right.
Yeah,
First
so
up,
just so you know, we have a batch that's going up like tomorrow sometime if you're watching us live, Wednesday. And then we got other ones scattered,
what did I
sprinkling
just
around.
say?
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Well, no, we didn't say about the batch, though.
It's a batch.
There's a big batch on it's not going to be on Twitch. It'll just be on YouTube. Yeah.
Sick. Yeah.
Give me a big dumb
She has like
gun.
multiple shades throughout
Oh
the
my
whole.
God.
She's so awesome.
She's
such a good villain.
CUNTY.
Such a good villain.
In any case, we are beginning with dinosaurs.
That's the beginning. Pretty
Always
near the
fun.
beginning of our planet.
True.
Too.
Not that close to the beginning,
I mean,
but
geologically speaking.
65 million years ago.
I saw The Lost Wild in the Annapurna Theater.
You saw it too?
They built a theater in the brewery. Yeah.
Sophia saw it too.
And Sophia got to see it too. I just had it booked as unannounced, whatever.
Right.
Like as they do at Summer Game Fest. So I didn't know what I was seeing until I got there.
You roll the dice sometimes on these.
Yeah, you do. The Lost Wild started in like 2018 or 2008. No, 2008 as a mod.
Good Lord.
And then a few years go by and he decides like, hey, let's do this thing for real. And he was talking about what I was very intrigued with. He was talking about making dinosaurs that act like animals and not monsters.
Great.
How did that come across to you, Sophia?
Oh, definitely. Like they were talking about how so I guess we could talk about so we got a presentation and then there was a live demo. And I thought that was really interesting. They were talking about how that kind of separates it, where it's like some dinosaurs will be like, hiding and then attacking. Some of them will be more like open and visual, I'm sure. Like it's more about learning the patterns of different dinosaurs to figure out how to avoid them, essentially.
Yeah.
And so it's not going to be that every single predator has the same pattern, same vibes, same anything.
Yeah, like he was giving an example of like flares and like
Yeah.
some dinosaurs will be like scared off by the flares and the other ones are just like,
Yeah.
forget you, I'm just going to eat you.
It's definitely going to be... Yeah, like it definitely feels like one of those where it's like you're going to be dying a lot because you have to like try and figure out how these dinosaurs work. They even mentioned the save system is essentially like you get these chips around.
Like floppy disks.
Yeah, like little floppy disks that you put in this like machine, but
Ink
the
ribbon
machine
mechanic.
they make noises, so
Speaking my language.
you could die just trying to save if there's a dinosaur on
Sick.
your tail, which is very, very fun.
Alien isolation with dinos.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
section that they played really was like that, where there was a gate, but you didn't have the key card to get through the gate, so you had to get to like another building to find a key card.
Yeah.
And the Allosaurus is just stalking you
Love an Allosaurus.
that whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Did life find a way?
Life did find a way.
Yeah, you don't really know where you are. Like, there's a car crash or something that happens, and you just kind of wake up here, and somehow you like, it seems like you didn't even realize that you were on an island.
Yeah, you play as Sasuke, which is this character.
Sasuke?
Sasuke?
Saskia.
Saskia,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
not Sasuke. But
So you're lost in the wild.
You're
you
lost
might-
in the
But
wild.
speaking of that, there are like these, researchers and these buildings, and everything is in Japanese.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Ooh, more intrigued.
It's a very cool vibe. The sound design was really cool. It was really like just, again, I've talked about this earlier in another reaction you can see on Easy Allies channel when the embargo's up. I just love when good forest sound design, and like in this type of game you definitely need it. And it looked visually really lovely too. And it seems like it's like part mystery, figuring out where am I, what's happened, how do I get out of this, and also I also have to avoid these dinosaurs, which I don't really know anything about, and
Are there
finding out what
any-
their patterns are.
Are there any herbivores?
I-
Like, are any of the dinosaurs friendly? Like, you don't have to worry about them, or can you draw a meat eater toward an herbivore and
That's a
use it
question
as
for
bait?
them.
or
That's a
something?
question for them. Yeah, yeah.
'cause we didn't really see much in terms of like the variety of dinosaurs with the
Okay.
gameplay. We just saw the one really, and
Yeah.
then they talked about some of the other examples.
I assume there are some smaller ones, like you see in the
Yeah.
trailer, that run away from whatever's chasing you. But
What's
we
he-
saw
what's
kind
he
of like,
say in Jurassic Park? Is this one Leafosauruses?
yeah, so-
But like, yeah, you've got a flashlight, but you also have to be careful with that because some of them
Vegisaurs.
they'll see it.
Thanks. I knew that one.
And also like there are times where like scattering like birds, will give away your position as well. So,
Crazy.
A video game staple.
Oh
yeah.
Sick.
Hell
In
yeah.
day one in.
I'm excited. It looks promising.
Oh,
Hell
and
yeah.
then there's Daisuke, calls you up on the radio,
Oh yes.
pulls you towards the center of the island.
Mhm.
So who knows?
So maybe you're
We
like
trust this guy.
You're trapped. Yeah, they're experimenting on you probably.
Oh yeah. You're gonna be a
They're
hybrid.
gassing people and dropping them in to see how they deal with dinosaurs.
You're gonna have like ferocious dino powers at the end of this.
Ooh, Dino DNA.
Yeah, I was asking him if he had consulted with any like park rangers or safari guides or anything, and he said that they haven't yet. But I'm hoping I put the bug in his ear.
Cool.
Yeah, paleontologists. Then Sophia and I got to play each other in the new Marvel Superheroes, set in Magic
Hell
the
yeah.
Gathering.
Sam, I got to play
Yeah.
this. They fit me in.
They did?
Yeah,
I
for
didn't
no.
know
I
that.
think I was over there and I was so hyped. They're like, "Yeah, come back tomorrow."
Nice.
Oh,
You
funny.
hyped? No.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And it came down to one turn. I had 9 health. She did 9 damage. I was gonna kill her next turn.
No.
It was so fun.
We, we don't have to dwell on this for too long, but like, I will say I don't love Universes Beyond, kind of as a rule, because I've been playing Magic since I was a middle schooler. I like in-universe stuff, generally, but I can see.
love these crossovers.
No, I know. I can
so
see how
much.
these print money. Like, you guys are the problem, but like,
Hell yeah.
that's okay. But the thing that kind of made me turn a new page on this a little bit on Universes Beyond is the designer that we were talking to, who's been there for many years. He was very passionate about this set and some other sets that he's been working on, and like talking about the how fun and interesting it was to apply an existing property into the rules of Magic. For example, how do you make Ant-Man feel like Ant-Man in a card, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, he can gain and lose +1/+1 counters to grow and shrink, right? And that's very Ant-Man, for example. Or they have a new power-up mechanic, which is sort of like Kicker, if you've played Magic, but instead of having to play it right when you play the card initially, you can play it later as well, once per game, which is kind of a cool thing because it's like Hulk can bulk up, go Hulk out, But if you want to play it like a Kicker, it decreases the power-up cost by the mana cost of the card on that first, like right when you play it.
Cool.
So you can play it as a Kicker or as a one-time per game activated ability later. So it's like a better version of Kicker. Basically, you don't lose it if you don't use it right away, which is cool. But yeah, the synergies were cool. The cards were cool.
I will
Cards are
also like
cool.
add to that. Like I was also a little like skeptical because of Spider-Man. I will probably say
Spider-Man
because
sucked out loud.
Well, Spider-Man was what was it, like under 200 cards,
Yeah.
and it was all a bunch of Spider-Mans. So I went into this being like,
Spider-Man,
okay,
please.
well, but anyways, like this, what I liked about this is like it's like, what did he say, like 600 cards?
It's a full set. It's an
full
actual set. Yeah.
So it feels way more. There's a lot more variety to it. There's a lot more difference. It's not just the same person or the same cards of the person. Over and over again. And so it feels like they've had a lot more time to cook on this one because it just, even like some of the art felt a little more magic-y, if that makes sense. Like it was like, even though this is Iron Man, it looks in universe Iron Man. It like feels like it's balanced a little more than, bright and
Interesting, yeah.
shiny. Like there are some like special like comic book artworks, obviously they
Yeah.
are special, but the like more like standard, frame ones.
None of the art looked like total trash, is what you're saying. that we've seen so far.
Yeah, obviously we didn't see every single card, but
as
the ones I
opposed
saw.
to the Spider-Man set.
You know,
But yeah, the sagas have this cool like comic panel treatment and
neat.
stuff.
So rad.
You know, this set seems cool if you're into the Universes Beyond stuff, and if you're into Marvel stuff, this will be a really cool set for you.
Loved it.
And yeah,
Like legit getting me back into Magic for the first time in a decade. Like I'm in.
I mean, and that's their gamble. So
oh, and also Arena and the cards now match.
they finally got the fucking digital rights for the
Yeah.
Marvel stuff,
So you don't
which
have to-
includes Spider-Man. Retroactively, you'll be able to choose if you want Spider-Man stuff in Arena or the, we have Spider-Man at Home versions that they had to do for a while there. So that's cool. They fixed their licensing snafu.
I mean, if it gets more people to play Magic, then that's nice.
Yeah, never hurts to have more people playing Magic.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And the Hasbro overlords can apply those earnings to their bizarre soulless AI actor analogs. Great.
Anyways.
Next up is Escape Academy 2,
Yes.
which is great. And also full
Friend of
disclosure,
the show, yeah.
made by like dear close friends of ours, Sophia and me.
Yeah.
Like they've been to our house many times. Wyatt and Michelle specifically. But that said, this seems pretty sick. It's Escape Academy. It's got an more open world design in that you can go around the school campus. They said more escape, more academy is
Yes.
what they were saying.
Great. Great
and it did
sell.
feel like that. Yeah.
It felt like that. And like it was interesting because a lot of it is, and yeah, like areas are gated behind these puzzle pieces where it's like you don't spend them, but like if you have 12 or 9, you can get into this area. But you don't like lose the 9 that you had. You just need enough to get to different parts of the campus. Basically, you like graduate up, for example. But it's cool because there are segments that are not timed, which I kind of like because I love taking my time on puzzles sometimes.
Yeah, the time mechanics stress me out.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
Totally.
And then there are also parts that are escape rooms in the classic sense that are timed. Co-op is back, obviously. But yeah,
Back on the menu.
you have more areas to explore. You can kind of do them at your own pace. You can look around and collect, what are they called? Like escape bucks or whatever?
Yeah.
Which was interesting because some of that is for fun, but some of it is actually like related to quests. We had a quest where we had to get items on a professor's list, and it cost our money.
Yeah.
So
that
we
was
had to
cool.
like do some stuff to like find more money.
Yeah.
And it's still in development, so there were a few little things we noticed, but all in all,
I mean, I
this is
love
seeming really cool.
I love, like, full disclosure, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Michelle, shout out to Mike, but also, like, it's just a really fun game. I love escape rooms. This is right up my alley. We love the first one.
Stressful as
and-
fuck though.
Well, now it was a little less
the
stressful.
time parts.
I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed the fact that like one of the puzzles had us like leave the room to go find other things
Yeah.
in the open world and come back. That was a nice little like change of pace.
They're utilizing the fact that it is a campus and a big school.
Yeah.
And like you're talking to the professors, you can talk to a lot of the NPCs. The NPCs are funny. Like there was one guy that was just had like stink clouds
Oh, I
around him
loved
and he was
him.
like picking his nose and we were like, okay, here's the stinky
They were
kid.
like,
Got
should we
it.
tone him down? I'm like, no, do not tone him down. He's my favorite NPC. Anyways, we had a blast. And we crushed it.
We crushed it. We
The
did it
escaping
great.
we crushed.
We
No
did
problem.
I actually did so well at a puzzle that I broke the puzzle and solved the puzzle without doing the puzzle. So they're gonna
Nice.
patch that.
Yeah, we hacked it.
You're welcome for catching that.
Yeah. No, this was really fun.
But yeah, it's cool.
Solid.
Hell yeah.
Next up is one that I am hotly anticipating. That we saw Hands Off, Silent Hill
Yeah, that's
Townfall.
the other theater, right?
This was in the theater. It was a theater presentation. And yeah, so we saw about a half hour of Silent Hill Townfall.
Don
Oh,
would
yeah.
have loved that room because it had so much
Oh my God,
fog.
Don! They had
Oh.
they had a fog machine in the theater.
Yeah.
And
We didn't have fog in the other theater.
yeah, because it was so
I sat essentially inside
so
the fog
contested.
machine.
Sophia and I were like sitting on the stairs actually in the fog machine.
Yeah.
So Sophia was being bathed in fog the whole time we were watching.
It's very
this game.
immersive.
Very immersive.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so you play as Simon Ordell. That's the protagonist's name, which is very cool. And it starts with the demo we saw started with him sitting kind of in a town square in St. Amelia, presumably this kind of seaside town, modeled after a town in Scotland. They actually went to this town and did a lot of like scans and photographs and stuff. And there's apparently, some kind of political upheaval. There's somebody that's coming through that Chapman is the name that people are pretty pissed about. They're like signs that said like Chapman failed us or fuck Chapman or whatever.
Yeah.
And like the owner of the convenience store left a note that was like, fuck Chapman, I'm out of here, and so like take what you need basically. So like a bunch of people have apparently left the island because of this Chapman guy, and there's something called CEG that people are mad about. I don't know. Whatever heart this town had is dead is another sign I saw that I was like, that's a Silent Hill ass sign,
yes.
baby. Woohoo! Yeah, they're all like propped up against this statue in the middle of town where the demo started. The new mechanic for this one, or a take on an old mechanic, is this CRTV thing.
So rad.
Oh yeah, the little portable.
The little
TV,
portable TV. They call it a CRTV, but I'm like, I'm not sure that's what that is. But little portable television. And the cool thing with that is you can raise it whenever you want. And it has different frequencies that you can dial in manually. And one of them is kind of like the story frequency, because it was like this woman who is presumably this nurse named Zoe, saying like, find me, classic Silent Hill shit. But it also shows you like video footage, not video, but like in-engine footage of like a place in the game. So it's like kind of giving you weird like hints as to where to go. But I get the impression that you can kind of wander around and look at stuff but like the TV will say like this building. So it was showing like the front of the building, and then you would see like a door in the back of the building. And a cool factoid about that is they captured all these shots in engine, and then passed them through real life analog
nice.
machinery like VCRs and stuff to give it that kind of look. So that's like a legitimate artifacting and stuff on on the TV, which I thought was kind of a fun thing. So you see that on the footage if you're watching the video. You see the building that it's like, hey, maybe go here. It's kind of a suggestion.
Nice.
Yeah.
But also,
did you come across any ShamWow infomercials as you were dialing through?
I mean, I think that's, and Silent Hill is, each one or several of them have like that weird freakazoid moment where like over the radio you hear a game show or a quiz show or something come through, So I would not be too surprised if a moment like that happens, Bloodworth, where like a public access show comes through or something. I think that would be a fun. That's Zoe the nurse that you're trying to find in the beginning. It seems to me like you find her pretty quick, but so then the other thing you can do with this TV, which I thought was very interesting, and it's this red void kind of a thing on the TV.
Can you bar the doors like that? Is that a gameplay mechanic?
Not that we saw, but maybe. You can tune when an enemy shows up, you can tune the TV to that enemy's frequency, and it'll show the enemy running around in this red void on the little TV. But basically, you can see the enemy through walls on the TV, but without context. So it's like you can see what it's doing and where it is vaguely, but you could basically use that to be like, okay, I think it's looking that way or around the corner. I'm going to bolt now and go, around the thing. So that's kind of a cool, like development on that.
But you can't like
for the
see
TV.
if there are like any blocks or any like, things that you could like open a door and be like, there's a bunch of shit here. Like I can't even go
It's just
there.
in a red nothingness, which is kind of on the TV, which is interesting. It has a really cool kind of advanced peek mechanic where you can use both sticks to peek vertically and horizontally, which looked pretty intense. It's first person, the whole game. It has classic combine mechanics for like reloading and stuff like that.
Okay.
The menu is kind of cool. It had kind of like a paper sort of texture on it. Not like a newspaper, but just like look kind of like a medical report sort of.
Got it. Okay.
Which goes in with the theming because they called it something, but I didn't catch what it was. But it's like an IV drip cable on his arm, which he did say that when you go down, you have like another chance at getting back up because of this IV thing. One interesting thing that, the map was cool, looked good. The guy giving the demo described the map as a source of truth. Because like you can't always believe what's happening in a Silent Hill game, you know?
Because you're doing the scribbles on the map.
Yeah.
Doing the other ones, yeah.
One thing that seemed the most divisive thing about the game so far is, so Simon will, of course, speak out loud. He's not an unvoiced protagonist. So when he comes into this woman's house, he's like, "Hello, Zoe, are you here?" But in lieu of having to justify him talking out loud all the time, they have his inner monologue represented as words on the screen.
Cool.
In the side of the screen, which I at first was like, oh, that's cool. Like, it'll say stuff like, why does she have a picture of me in here? Or
Just
I don't have
writing.
a combination for this. But someone else I was talking to seemed skeptical about that because they were worried it would give away like too much in a puzzle solution or something. And then you didn't love it.
No, it was that of like, so this tells me that you're gonna find a code and the text will be like, oh, this is the code for the safe problem. Like it's gonna help you a little too much, but also, like I think back to like Luke Roberts and like the Silent Hill 2 remake and like. I don't know, if you get a good voice actor, I just want to hear them, And it's like, I don't want to lose that. So like in those games, like I can, I know that doesn't make sense logically, realistically to be talking to yourself, but there's something like kind of cozy and nice about you saying stuff, your character saying stuff out loud. So I'm hoping that wasn't just like, we're going to just, instead of having an actor say this, we're just going to write it. I hope it's like very more intentional than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got the impression that they didn't love in games how sometimes it seemed like a character had to talk out loud when they wouldn't really.
Yeah.
And like in horror games especially, like if there's a monster on the corner, I'm not going to be like, oh fuck.
I'm just No, I hope that you're right, and I hope that it is a good addition, and I hope that it makes that he still speaks and says stuff sometimes. But
I think he will.
We'll see. I mean, it looked cool. Also, like they talked a lot about how the immersion of like the houses and stuff, like super shout out because like the attention to detail and like the not just decor but like stuff on counters and stuff was really amazing.
Yeah,
like it looked like a real house.
The scale of the buildings is really good, and they talked about how it's first person. They don't have to justify like making a room really big to have a camera behind you. So everything looked really good, and there's like interesting lore about like Scotland and like local stuff where it's like one of the puzzles is just you need a prepaid card to go into your electricity meter or the power won't work.
Yeah.
So you had to go to the store and get a prepaid card out of the register to put in the thing, and it's like, and I was like, that's weird as shit. And he was like, this is real. This is a thing that used to happen in Scotland and smaller towns. And I was like, oh, okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this game looks sick.
It looks great.
Obviously, there's some kind of a through line with medical stuff. There's like a organ transplant thing that they saw, and like the IV drip and stuff. So but Silent Hill Townfall looking good, and it comes out in September like everything else.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Day one.
Nice. All right, we're gonna let Sophia get some food.
I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everybody.
Bye, babies.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Enjoy that food.
Thank you.
Get some more stuff coming up. Next up, I don't need to put a lot of time into this because everyone else has played it, even though I haven't. But I had again unannounced noir thriller or something like that, and it ended up being like, oh, Wolf Among Us Remastered.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good one.
Well, now I understand the hype. Basically,
Nice,
because
boy.
I had never, gotten around to this particular game.
Good.
It wasn't a franchise that I was familiar with or anything like
I
that.
love Fables.
And this is just so good. And like, I feel like, I don't know what it was like before, but I hear you always talk about how rough Telltale Engine was back
Oh,
then.
yeah.
And everything.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
I had to stop playing
Cranking
this
them
game
out.
halfway through because it crashed and ate my save.
Jesus.
So I've never finished this.
What I played was really crisp and clean, and the
Good.
art looked really nice, and the lighting looked really nice. What I thought was really funny is I had a half-hour appointment, and like at some point I was like, this feels like it's getting a little bit long. Like there wasn't like an end to it, the demo, and nobody had come and like pulled me away. And I looked and I'm like, oh, I'm like 15 minutes past my
Jeez.
Immersed.
Yeah, locked in.
But you know, and they just reintroduced Wolf Among Us 2,
Yeah.
which you know had been on the back burner for a
Long
few
time
reasons and stuff, and so they just they've gotten that going again, and so now you know it's a good time to get back into this.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with this at all, like me, you play as Sheriff Big B Wolf,
Yep.
who was literally the big bad wolf.
Yes.
And
And they're
you're,
based on Fables graphic novels. There's a ton of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so in this universe, like the Fables, like Little Red Riding Hood and Snow White and the Three Little Pigs and all that, they're all in this like rundown section of town, and they have to have glamour to like hide who they are and just look like normal people and stuff. And you've got to go out there and deal with like the first murder case that has happened in a long time, and constantly making these choices, constantly
Running into
having to
legendary fairy tale characters,
yeah.
Snow White and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like the first guy you kind of have to deal with was like the woodsman
Yeah.
that like basically took you out to protect Little Red Riding Hood,
Yeah.
and now he's just like a drunk in an apartment, like beating up this woman, and you don't know why, right? So you got called in, but you also like get introduced to the lore in a lot of interesting ways because the guy that called you in is like a toad living downstairs, and you got to like make the call and like whether to call him out for like not, you know, being in disguise. And you know, when you call him out, he just like curses you out and stuff because like, who are you to tell me how to spend my money?
Yeah.
And that's another thing that's really great is that like the acting and everything, the performances
So
in this
great.
is so good.
Yeah.
Did they re-record anything for the remaster? Is it all the original?
Nobody gave me like like a rundown of what's different. They just like stuck me in front of the demo. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure that there's some more information and stuff that they've put out there. But you know, with 45 minutes to basically just start the game, I'm really interested to, you know,
Oh, yeah.
pick it up, get through this one, and get ready for 2.
Nice.
The only thing like that was a little bit weird to me was there were times when like he would be looking down and like his pupils were just like too far down, and so like you just barely saw the top of his pupils, and it was like almost all just the white of his eyes.
Freaky.
So hopefully like they did some little animation tweaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
the next one that I had was like I was excited and then I was a little bit disappointed, and then I'm like, all right, that was cool. Was for Spyro.
Spyro.
I got over to Xbox and I managed to squeeze my way into Spyro, and then I found out like, oh, it's just a Q&A.
Oh.
And not only is it just a Q&A, but it's a Q&A where like, nah, they're not showing you anything else. They just rolled the trailer and we're
Damn.
talking.
And so many people bailed on Day of the Dev stuff to go see this.
Dang.
Oh man. But
Spyro remains a mystery.
I've got notes here somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah. But the kind of the cool thing with Spyro is that the it was almost more about the like the dev's story than, you know, the game itself, because Toys for Bob, I did not realize had been around since like '89
Wild.
making games. And then, you know,
Skylanders, right?
yeah, they
After the 80s.
yeah, after they got
Spyro now to
acquired by Activision, they did Skylanders and they did the Spyro
Donkey
trilogy remakes. And they did Crash 4. They did Crash Team Rumble. Remember
Nice.
Crash Team
Oh,
Rumble,
of
where you know
course, of course.
our patron just took us to town.
Yep. Swordfish. You platinum that game? Jeez.
And then they had to go into the Call of Duty mines, like every other Activision
Yeah.
developer.
Oh yeah, the Call of Duty mines.
You gotta go in the Call of Duty mines.
Yeah,
And and like that's not really
Sweatshop.
what they're passionate about. They're like talking about like we're passionate about handcrafted, whimsical worlds, games for everybody, the whole family. And so when the Microsoft acquisition happened, they saw it as an opportunity, and then they went out on a limb and they're like, "Hey, we want to buy back our independence, and we want creative control. We want to preserve our team." And yeah, we want to make this Spyro game that we've been wanting to make since 2018.
wow, passion project.
Yeah.
Which
So-
I have to remind myself was 8 years ago.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
every time I hear 2018, I'm like, that's not that long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wait, no, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So this is coming spring 2027,
great.
all platforms, including PS5 and Switch 2. And they're talking about amplifying what it means to be a dragon. And having Spyro be a couple years older, a couple years more mature, having bigger wings, kind of like bigger horns and stuff as well.
Cool.
And that ability to basically engage flight whenever you want to.
Love that.
And I tried to like get some more details about like how the level structure and stuff was gonna be.
Yeah, is it still normal Spyro, but you can fly? Like,
I think that's what they're going for. Like, I
Okay,
think they
okay.
still want to have a lot of emphasis on the ground stuff. They said it's not a flight game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then
Not
I assume to make sure you're not flying all over the place the whole game, there'll be like caves and
Caves and
indoors and
Right.
tunnels.
Yeah,
and-
probably.
You're inside a business office for half the game.
And they were talking about, they brought back the original voice actor. They brought back Tom Kenny.
Great.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, they're talking about the fluidity of movement and being like chain moves
Also,
together.
SpongeBob.
They talked about you can light fires on the ground to like get updrafts and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Anywhere or like dedicated spots?
It sounded like you would see like a campfire,
Got it.
or like a bonfire kind of thing, and you light it up, and then you can create an updraft for yourself.
Light it up.
Yeah, they were talking about having to build more open spaces and more verticality, but they didn't really get into details of like how the levels are going to connect or anything like that, or like how big they're going to be.
Sweet.
But they did, say that they felt like Crash 4, kind of taught them like how to move a franchise forward,
Sweet.
right? And so they're kind of like building off of that. What they did with Crash 4, now they kind of want to do with Spyro.
Great news.
Yeah.
Spyro.
Classic. Everything returns.
Next up, get ready for video games, bitch. Let's control Resonant.
Nice.
This game. All right. Full disclosure, from the trailers, I was like, what's up with this game? What's this going to be like? Is it going to be like character action, like Arkham, whatever? And like other people will love it, and I'll be like, eh. The second I started playing this game, I was like, oh, we're going to be fine.
Feels so
Nice.
good.
Button does thing.
Feels
My favorite thing in
so
video
good.
games. Immediacy. This button does this thing. I can expect the result.
I had
fucking
heard this
loved
from
it.
other people too, that like, they were
It's so fast.
they were worried about
Yeah,
how
yeah,
the
yeah.
combat was going to be, and then like once they started playing it,
The second I played it. And Huber and I got to play about, 90 minutes of this motherfucker?
Yeah, it was like an hour for sure.
Yeah.
It was crazy. You get to pick your primary and secondary weapons. They each have different strengths. Some are single target. Some are, better
Oof.
with crowds.
We need VLC. Do we have
Yeah.
VLC?
Damn. I see it down there. The cone is right there.
Yeah, we have VLC right
It
there.
won't open with VLC.
Fuck.
It won't open with VLC?
Well, you don't get to see my B-roll, chat. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Don. We have B-roll of me and Huber's play sessions of this, but the computer doesn't have the correct codec or something. It isn't
Yeah.
playing it. It looked framey as shit.
I don't even want to bring up any story-related things because it's Control and it's the Remedyverse, so it's sacred. But you're Dylan Faden. Shit's going down. That's all you need to know.
I'll give you more than that. The oldest house. This is from trailers. Everything from trailers. I'm not gonna spoil anything crazy, but yeah, the oldest house has opened, and the hiss has gotten out, but also something called the patterning, which they said in a trailer.
I'll get you a link here, Don.
But yeah, so you're out in the world. You're Dylan Faden. and you're wandering around, but you have a melee weapon, and it is sort of like Jesse's service weapon. It can change shape, it can do different things, but the combat feels different and fun and fast as hell. It is very fast. Obviously, I chose dual blades, and you have a primary and a secondary weapon. So I chose dual blades and like a whip thing. Huber chose an axe and a hammer.
Axe and a hammer. Yep.
There was a really fun moment I want to shout out. So you get outside, and there's this. This is the year of Zoe's, because the nurse in Silent Hill Townfall is also named Zoe. But there's a person from FBC who I think has been outside of the oldest house for the past 7 years. This is 7 years after Control.
Crazy.
Or since it went into lockdown, I guess.
There's too much detail as we go on.
This is all in trailers. But there was a funny part where I was talking to Zoe, and she was like, "Hey, look at this! Like, we have to go figure out what this is." And there's a bunch of birds like stuck in the sky in a pattern, and they were like,
So cool.
very Remedy Control, like crazy weird stuff going on. And so we were like, Manhattan is getting all weird shapes and things are going crazy. And it was a really cool dialogue moment. Shout out to the team on this, because like I thought it was very well implemented, where it felt very natural. Because Dylan, he's a para-utilitarian, which means he can, air dash and float around and do crazy stuff. He's extra, more than human kind of. And so we were like on a rooftop, me and this Zoe girl, and she was like, "Yeah, so that's weird. We're going to have to figure out a way to get over there." And I just jumped forward and jumped off the side of the building and air dashed to a different building. Literally like mid-sentence, but it didn't sound like dialogue got cut off. She was just like, "Yeah, so we're going to have to figure... Oh, okay. You could have told me you were a para-utilitarian. I guess I'll find another way." She like... And that was in response to me in gameplay just jumping off the side of the building. She did it like in perfect timing to what I did.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was very cool. But yeah, I mean, we could go on and on and on about this for like 30 minutes probably, but we have many, many games to get through. I thought this was incredible.
Yeah, it felt super duper good. There's like a huge... It's the year of the open town, so we played a massive open area, and there's quests.
I'm curious about this like Mario Galaxy / Gravity Rush-esque stuff going on, where you're going around corners and
Manhattan is just the thing that's going on is making Manhattan go all Inception. We'll just say that. Yeah, and it's getting worse.
You level up the entire zone by clearing out enemies and completing objectives. Those give you different rewards. You can go back to your little hub area and respec your huge skill tree.
Yeah.
Change your weapons, get some upgrades, do all that good stuff. There you can even like train in a little area. There's like
you can test out your because if you leave the gap, which is what that's called, it commits everything you've done. So you can change things and experiment while you're in there, and it doesn't commit until you leave. And you can change it again later. You just need an item to do it, which are more finite. But yeah, so it lets you test everything, which was cool.
Yeah, I had 3 games of the show. This was absolutely one of those 3. It was incredible. Like I was saying, combat and movement all felt so good.
Yeah.
So can't wait to explore more.
The sound design was top tier, of course. And yeah, the story stuff, which we're not really talking about. And also some like really cool kind of like filmic editing choices within cutscenes. Stuff like there's one part where whatever, they did something that I haven't seen like someone do in an edit before, and I was like, that is really cool, especially with the characters that they are. And I was like, this is really cool stuff. I'm very excited for this.
There's a posture system. You break their posture and you can instant kill them. It gives you more rewards. So
you can combat. One cool thing is within little areas in combat, there are what were they called? They're basically big guys and little guys.
That's right.
And the little guys will keep spawning until you've killed the big guys.
Yeah.
So on your mini map, you'll see a big red dot as a big guy, and the little guys are the little red dots. So like that thing with the big spindly arms was one of the big guys. This big head thing is one of the big guys. So it became kind of an interesting dance in the combat where it's like, okay, I know I have to take out these 3 big head guys and that flying thing, or else I'm going to keep getting attacked by these little things forever. But I have to control the little things too, because they're going to overwhelm me. So it became a really cool kind of, battle scenario, and it changed it up with different kind of mixtures of guys, which was really neat.
And you have some abilities. One of the fucking abilities was so sick. It was like these fireballs. You could like keep spamming it, and it was just so cool because you're like, and it would like really mess him up.
Nice.
You get your classic shield. You get your debris to throw.
Yeah, you can
and you get
summon
your
a
awesome
little
ground pound as well.
What I picked was summoning a little sentry kind of like helper thing that would shoot rubble at guys, and then you could command it to go blow itself up.
Yeah,
it's cool because it feels
different.
It feels
familiar.
different but familiar. Yeah, it feels like a sibling to control, which is appropriate.
Right.
It feels very good, which was my main worry, and that worry has now been assuaged. Yeah, really excited for this. Also, September 24th, the same day as Silent Hill Townfall. Mommy's got a big day that day. Yeah, so we'll see. But I'm excited for this. Really, really, really excited for this.
Nice.
Cool.
Next up, it's Damiani. Got a few.
There's a game called Damiani?
Wow.
Out of words.
Wow.
Damiani out of words. Yeah.
No, I had a
so
migraine. These are migraine class.
If you're not familiar with this game, once you see it in action, you'll probably recognize it immediately. It is the handcrafted stop motion animation co-op game with the 2 kids who don't have mouths.
So cool.
So like obviously makes sense why it's called Out of Words, because all the communication done is without words and done through visuals and body gestures. And I got to play a demo that was kind of like a streamlined version of a few different parts of the game. We skipped around a little bit. We started like early. We jumped to a later part. We jumped back. And I cannot praise enough how good this game looks and the visuals. In fact, the room they had the demo in had like props from the actual like puppet masters and the crafters.
So it's real. It's real
Yes.
stop motion. It's not CG.
Yes. They actually showed like a prop table with some of the cloth and materials they used to make it, and they had the like this worm creature. I don't know if it'll appear in this the footage we have in this trailer, but it was in the demo I played. They actually had like one of the physical props for that. But when I finished the last segment of the game, where it had like a little bit of a cutscene part where we were writing down in that creature, they showed a pull-out shot afterwards, like it did like their trailer, instead of like showing like a trailer for like more footage of the game. They replayed the thing I just did in a video, but zoomed out and showed all the practical stuff that people are doing behind the scenes to animate it with all like the devices and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing! That's so cool. I was like, you should include this as behind the scenes stuff in the game.
Yeah, they better.
Yeah.
Like, that is awesome. So
I have like goosebumps hearing about that.
yes,
That's so cool.
And the everything that I was hearing about this game, about like the reasons behind making it, the passion that went into it, about like this game, the best way I could sum it up, I mean, it's about like these 2 kids. It's Kurt and Carla, I believe.
Carla,
Yeah, Kurt and Carla.
yeah.
Sorry to look it up. And you're seeing how their relationship evolves over the course of the game. Like it goes positive, the world reflects that. Sometimes it goes negative, the world will all start to reflect that as well. And you're also gameplay dynamics. But the thing that I felt was best conveyed in this game, like obviously it's conveying the emotion very well, was the sense of trust. When you're playing a co-op game like that, so I was playing with the developer, and there's a part where we had to essentially rely on each other to like swing across an area, and you're just like blind faith jumping. It's like it was like an abyss. It's just like there was nothing above, nothing below, but we could start falling away from each other, and then we could use an ability to invert each other's fall paths and stuff. And so it was like how seeing being like a little like fun, seeing how close to the edge we could get. But then first it starts off like we're very close together, we're not really deviating, but then as you get more comfortable, you space out a little bit further. But then there's like later actual practical sections where you got to take like leaps of faith, and the other person will throw out something like a rope or a special ability that they have because it's very surreal. There's this creature, the blue stingray, who's the one who can invert like gravity for you for each, and whoever has it, they will be like go towards like the sky. Like you'll want to like put your feet up on the ceiling, and whoever doesn't will be like normal gravity. So you're sending it back and forth between each other during this segment, like in a cavern like environment where you each need to like land on platforms, and you're trying to like you gotta like think about some of it sometimes. Sometimes you gotta like look at the room, look ahead, and kind of think about, I'm gonna need to jump first than they. So there's a little bit of like a strategic puzzle solving element to it as well. But even once you do it, the timing, like they were just very well designed segments where it felt like you really need to trust your partner, and it didn't feel like I could like cheese it on my own. Like in some other similar types of games, like a lot of the like Split Fiction, I feel like there are some of those moments, but a lot of times I'm like, I'm okay kind of on my own, and there's like very obvious telegraph sections where we need to like do something, interact with each other. This was more about, you know, about like communicating with the person you're playing with, and also even when you figure it out, like, you know, trying to understand like, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? And experimenting with the different mechanics you have. So I like, it felt really fun to play. It's all side scrolling. I didn't see anything else besides that. So it doesn't do like weird different types of like gameplay styles like you might be expecting from other similar type of games. And there was like a thing like you don't go off screen or anything like that. You're confined to like single screens. You can fall down, and then, you know, you have to try again in the environment. And like there was like no real combat. Like the opening thing was funny because there are NPCs in this game, and the one I came across was some guy on a bike, and he wanted you to push him out of the mud, and he like is just standing there all nice and clean because he clearly does, like, you know, doesn't want to get dirty or anything. He's like, come on, push a little bit harder, and then like pull it back, so like you two are getting like completely dirty while you're doing this push pull mechanic, and he like floors it at one point, just like shoots all this mud all over your face, and you're just both like, okay, bud. So there are other characters I guess you're going to encounter in this game. But yeah, it was a pleasure. It just seemed very, very jolly, but also like thematically, it seems like, while it has lighthearted, you know, positive moments, there's going to be some like serious stuff that goes down in this game. So it will take a turn, sounds like, for the dark at some points. But yeah, very fun. Very enjoyed it a lot. It was a pleasure to play that one.
Hell yeah, man. On my radar.
Nice. Yeah. I think, you know, because it's been a minute since I heard about it, like, I'd forgotten.
Yeah, I don't even remember
it was
about it.
co-op,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, yeah, so many co-op games there this year. It's pretty cool.
Totally.
End of Abyss, Damiani, was the other one that Epic
year
had.
two. This the developer like remembered me immediately. He goes, I remember you. Like, you did this demo last time and you beat the boss. He goes, this time it might be a little bit harder. We'll see. He also I left it out for you guys. He gave me a mouse pad. It's in the stream room now. Where the mouse thing is, because
Did you get your little boba thing?
My what?
Your little Final Fantasy
I did
boba
not grab
keychain?
that.
God damn it.
I pretty much uploaded all my stuff.
I've been trying to give you this thing for years.
We'll see. But for the game, if you're not familiar with it, it is a top-down twin stick shooter meets Metroidvania and like serious horror vibes. Like, you are in this isolated base with these freaks. These like
looks so good.
They're not like zombies, but like they're these infected monsters that are just coming at you from the shadows, and you can like hear them, you can see them. Like, some of them like won't react to you if you like don't move too fast, don't make sound, or you don't flash. You have like a light that a flashlight. There are ways to try and avoid encounters, but most of the time you're going to have to fight. And you've got a handgun with this infinite ammo, but essentially it has a X amount of shots before you have to reload. And then I had the shotgun again. It returned from last year, finite rounds, and then had some side. I had some side tools. I had a flare, a few flares I could use, and eventually could craft grenades. And same structure. This time around, I played a different portion of the game because it's like the environment's broken into levels. But like, you just like back up with the handgun. Then they had like bigger guys that, like, you know, you had to like roll, because you have a roll dodge and you have a sprint, so you can do that as well. They brought back the wall master things from last time. He led me into a room, goes, this is the optional hard room. Bunch of them just show up. Last time it was just one and I had trouble. Like 3 showed up at once. I'm like, oh bullshit. I was like, I'm not good. Did die to that. I was like, okay, I can't take that on. But they showed a little bit of like the shortcuts, because I progressed all the way through and got to that area where there was some like more difficult enemy rooms, and he let me know like, oh no, if you had gone left here, you can unlock a shortcut so you could try that more difficult room. There's also like optional paths. He said there's a room with like a large pool of water, and he said you might be able to do something later and drain it and go down there.
Oh.
Or there's another way you might be able to progress. So like in terms of how it felt, like it's a twin stick shooter. You might take a little bit of a time to get used because you are aiming with the top down view. There's no like first person, there's no over the shoulder. You do have like a kind of laser like reticule, like laser sight thing that kind of like extends a little bit, but for the further away you are, the harder it's going to be hit enemies. So you really do need to kind of be close range, especially for the shotgun. Like the shotgun, you can fire it from far distance, but like it's most impactful when it is close range. It's like OG Resident Evil a little bit, Huber, where it's like you want to wait up close and personal for those shots, and it will be worth it, but it's risk reward. And
Those headshots.
yeah, they have the same save stations. They have map rooms. They have the crafting table in the save station. I was able to craft shotgun rounds. I was able to craft more of the side tools. There is a way to upgrade your weapons. I don't think that was present in the last one, but I didn't have enough. There's 2 currencies. There's fragments and there's another currency. I didn't have enough of the other currency to do upgrades to my weapons, but they had multiple slots to upgrade to, or levels, and some of them had like some like extra like secondary thing where you're saying like it unlocks a new function of the weapon. So I'm like, that's wish I could have seen that, but save something for the final version. And then I got to check out like the boss fight against this like kind of like worm looking freak who would like scurry out like really quickly, run across the room. You might be able to get a few shots in, and in his second phase, he starts spewing like acid all over the place, turning everything into toxic sludge on the floor, while also like doing these like really long, like fast slashes at you that you have to like, you can't really dodge away. You have to like dodge to the side, but also he had a coil attack. Like you got too close, he just coil you up and it's like, crush you and then toss you across. And you only have so many heals as well. Unless you go back to the save room to replenish your heals, you only have I only have like 3 things. I think you can upgrade those later. But I got pretty close. We were kind of running out of time, and so I was trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Didn't quite beat the boss this time. If I had another crack at it, I think I would have been able to do it. But it was more good stuff. It felt more like a cohesive picture of the Metroidvania aspect than last year's demo, where it was more of just felt a little bit more linear with like 1 or 2 like branching paths just to show that it's not going to be linear. It's definitely feels like it's come a little bit of a ways since last year. And yeah, I asked him about biome stuff. Like, is all gonna look like this, like abandoned, like warehouse factory, isolation, dark blues and everything? Like, oh, there's other biomes. We just have not shown. Yeah, you have to see. There's definitely much different looking areas in the game. So that was my only like small little concern after the second year of seeing it. But sounds,
Can't wait. One of my most anticipated.
Yeah, it was very good.
Avatar Legends, Damiani.
All right,
the fighting game.
Double full disclosure, I'm a massive freaking Avatar fan. Avatar Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, the upcoming one, was it 7 Guardians, all that stuff. Like, I'm freaking into it. Movie stunk. Live action show is okay. I'm fine with it. I'm terrible at most fighting games, and this is a very technical fighter. Everyone told me ahead of time that it's a very technical fighter. I talked to a few friends who are more fighting game, in the FGC, and they were like, "Yeah, don't worry. Like, it's if you're gonna be overwhelmed." But what I came away with is, so I can't speak on that level. Like, one of the developers was talking with someone who's clearly like a fighting game player next to me. I understood about 30% of the conversation they were having. I was like, some of those words made sense to me. I was like, oh my god. I was like, yeah, okay, but visually it looks amazing. I just wanted, they had a training area for you to just, we select a character or just stand still. Like the training room environment that's like in every fighting game. And then they had local verses where I could play against the AI. They even said the AI was set to a little bit of a ridiculous level. I could tell.
Oh, okay.
Because one of the first fights, they just did not stop attacking me. I was just like trying to block, and I can't even block fast enough because they're just like doing all these long string combos on my ass. I'm like, all right, let's go back to the training dummy so I can maybe see some shit here. And yeah, I thought the environments looked really good. The animations look really good. They got a good amount of characters. I feel like they've got, so like Aang is in there. It's both Korra and Legend of Avatar Last Airbender characters. So Aang, Korra, Zuko, Katara, Toph, Sokka, not Sokka, forget that movie, Azula, and newly announced Kyoshi was also playable. Kyoshi is tall woman, man. Like, holy shit, she looks like over everybody. I was like, damn, is she just like gonna like destroy everybody? She was pretty cool to play. But because she's so big, I was worried like, is someone like small and nimble going to be able to like, you know, like Aang, like you're seeing in the footage right now for our listeners, Aang's fighting Kyoshi right now. I stuck with Korra because I really like Korra. And she's also an avatar, and one of her cool things she has is if you use an attack of every elemental, she can then enter like the avatar state, and it enhances all of her avatar attacks, which is really cool. So they all have basic attacks, they all have special abilities. They have something called flow state, which is it's a 4-button fighter. Light, medium, heavy attacks, directional inputs, that's why I suck, because I'm terrible at directional inputs for special moves, and then a flow button, which will like change up the dynamics for Toph. I did try out Toph because Toph is a badass. Her ability was she could like rock slide really quickly to gap close like insanely fast, or she could pull enemies towards her, like the ground towards her, which is really sick. So every character has like unique flow state dynamics that change things up. And then you have the equivalent of kind of like an assist type ability, or not like in a character assist, but you pick from 1 of 3 assist abilities, which will enhance your character in some way. For example, like Korra had one which could increase the length of the avatar state, because there's a meter that decreases when you activate it. And each character had like for Azula, it was like traps will last longer because she could put all these things on the floor, like fire on the floor. Like, oh yeah, she was a nightmare. I mean, she is rightfully so. It was just a lot of stuff to process. I'm sure like that is going to be great for a lot of like people who enjoy fighting games to explore the depth of the fighting system, because I have to, from what I see, I'm on a casual level, I'm very convinced that like there is a lot of depth here for people who want to, you know, push this system. I am going to acknowledge that because I love Avatar so much, just messing around with characters is fun. I am very curious about what else, if anything, they're going to be offering. There is a story mode, and I didn't get to try that out. And I think for someone like me, that plus extra features, there's supposedly like an art gallery, maybe some other unlockables. That's really going to be the thing that sells someone like on me to actually buy the game. There is an open beta coming up the first week of July, because the game did get pushed back to the end of July. So, I mean, you can try it out for free in a few weeks if you just want to like mess around and see if it's for you. But I'm just happy we're getting more from the Avatar universe in video game form, especially since that new that new RPG just got canceled, sadly. That was kind of excited about. But this looks great and fantastic. And I said as a casual fan, I told the developers, is like, my hope is to see this at EVO at high level, and it looks badass. And we have tons of Avatar fans just like going insane about this, because it's just so much fun.
What other fighting games has this company made? This looks really smooth.
Let me just double check. It is
this
being
is an indie.
developed by
They're indie. Oh,
Yeah.
Gameplay.
I thought it was Arc at first. It looks so good.
Yeah, Maximum Entertainment.
Maximum Entertainment's publisher.
And then Gameplay
don't worry about
Group
it.
International.
If you knew offhand, whatever. Don't worry about it.
GG, I guess, is their logo, so it must be. I'm not sure their pedigree, unfortunately. Yeah.
Chad'll tell me.
Yeah.
He's combat, baby.
Oh man. Okay, this was the highlight of the show for me, of what I got to play hands-on. Just because
I can't believe it was hands-on.
Old school days
So
of
jealous.
E3, when they used to go
nuts.
above and beyond for setups. I'm sorry this is how they used to try and like butter us up and everything like that. But it's been so long since anyone had tried to like butter anyone up with any kind of like good like setup for how the gameplay. They had replica fighter jet cockpits that you play the game in. So I was like in a frick with like the lights and everything, and then they like put the screen on there and then like a PlayStation controller. But I was like,
I was gonna ask if you had like a
no, I had a
joystick or
didn't have that, but I had an actual controller and an actual TV to play on.
HOTAS.
But so immersive, and I was like, yeah. So absolutely played a tiny bit in third person, but switched immediately to first person for that full immersion.
Vibes.
Now, this was the game. It's like you start from the beginning, but they gave me the heads up, you got an hour. You might want to skip cutscenes because there's a shit. It's Huber, right?
So much story.
The story is crazy. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to finish. Obviously, no way I'm watching the story right now. I skipped every possible cutscene, so no story shit for you. Like, wait, you want it? Play the actual game, or wait for like.
Huber's still mad at me for telling too much about Control.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't need no. Banter is still there though. There's a lot of banter, but it wasn't overwhelming. I know because that was one of my biggest complaints about Ace Combat 7. It wasn't overwhelming, and there's the interaction again, where conversations that you are easy to follow, they'll ask like, do you want support? Yes or no? Or should I go over here and do this? And you can say yes, no, on top of like your squadron instructions. So it's a fighter jet game where you're piloting like advanced fighter jets in aerial combat situations where you're going air-to-air combat, air-to-ground combat. Some missions are pretty short. Like the first one was kind of like a training mission where we took out some drones in the sky. But I'm sorry. I'm seeing what's on screen. I'm like, I don't even want to see that, man.
Flying into a tunnel is insane.
Yeah.
But like,
what movie did they do that
even
in?
though it's like
reminding me of Mission
Die
Impossible
Hard,
right
yeah,
away.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah, Die Hard 4 maybe.
I think Die Hard
Jeez.
4 they might have gone into it with a jet, or 5.
Also Mission Impossible,
Whatever.
the helicopter.
The helicopter, yeah.
Like they have realistic factors that impact you as well, like flying through the clouds too high. Ice freezes up on your windows and stuff, and the plane starts to freeze up. And they're like, you need to get out of this and warm up, or you have they had the two different control types. Again, beginner controls is what I used because it's an hour demo. I don't want to be like relearning how to play like an expert. They have the advanced controls for people who wanted to handle like a real airplane, so that is still there. And honestly, like, as I said, the combat missions, they get more and more elaborate. I got to check out like about 4 missions, I believe.
Bunch of jokers.
One of them was like the scale of them. I love this about these. The scale of them got so big. It was like a giant, like there was like a base I had to protect. Then there were like bombers coming in. Our squadron had to go like race over to the bombers to take them out in time. But then like, this like the enemy this time, they have apparently like a badass squadron that like is feared everywhere. Like they're like no one goes against them. How they introduce themselves is they get on an open comms link to everyone, even the enemy. They start singing. They just start singing to announce that they're coming. And people on like your own squad mates like, oh no, they're freaking out because they hear the music and stuff, the song. It's like, dude. I was like, oh man, that's intense. They got the customization for your for all of your aircraft. I didn't really get to mess with it, but I did to see what you're able to customize and what you'll eventually be able to unlock.
It's like Armored Core looking from all those menus.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, you get to take off, you get to land. I was like, takeoff and landing is
Crash
in there.
every time.
Takeoff is pretty simple. You just hold it's cinematic, and then you hold down a button to take off. But landing, you got to do it correctly. Got a little
I always
intense.
used to crash as a kid.
Yeah.
These games are so crazy.
It had like missile lock and everything like that. They had access to one of the new special weapons, which is a multi-lock on missile that would fire out multiple missiles, but you only have like finite of that. So you got to be like careful with which ones you want to use it on. And as I said,
don't sleep on your machine gun,
dude. That felt so good. It would be like one missile behind. And it would like almost kill them. Like, but I'm start firing machine guns the second it makes. I'm like, gotta be effective, baby. I was having so much fun with it. And you could there are like story critical decisions you can make in mid mission, and then there are orders you can issue to your squadron members as well. Like, provide me assistance, or like go attack this enemy to like flush them out into the spot where we can ambush them essentially. So there's a
Crazy.
lot going on, but honestly, like there's 3 different radar options that I was very easy to toggle, like close range radar, long range radar. So like so you don't become overwhelmed about, oh shit, where's the enemy coming from? Like, and they added all these like the on-screen elements and cues were very easy to understand about targeting, like which enemy was your priority. When like an area needed like assistance, like it sent out a ping thing from a base being attacked. It was having a blast with it. Like it was really good, and
Can't
like
wait.
I just am hopeful that the story matches everything.
Huge thing just falling out.
One song I heard was freaking
The
great.
stories has always delivered in these games. It always
Yeah.
delivers.
One of the songs I got to like listen to near the beginning was like really good. I was like, so promising start for the soundtrack as well.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad you got to play it, Damiani, because I know you're really hyped for it.
It looks cool. The story is crazy. I didn't realize they were so intricate.
Oh yeah.
All right, next up, I've got a couple. These will be quick. Real quick. Tenebris Somnia.
We have disclosures plus ridiculousness.
Tenebris.
So yeah, I at Ukiyo, we did the Tenebris Somnia booth at Bit Summit in Japan. I showed pictures a couple weeks ago.
That's
we,
an F.
We did a full murder scene,
It looks like an F.
and then Dave Austrie, head of the company, was like, wanted us to bring it to Summer Game Fest. So I flew from Japan with 2 bloody bodies in my luggage.
And then he made me pick him up at the
pretty
And
airport.
I had to pick them up.
And he was like, now you can say you had 2 bodies in your car for Dave. And I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, never ask me to pick you up at the airport again. Everybody gets 1.
Everybody gets one of those. in
You
their life,
you burned
yeah.
your 1, blood. That's it. And Jason's never gonna
cooldown
do
is
it
over.
either. The cooldown's over. But yeah, this game very cool. It's pixel art, kind of point and click horror game.
Yeah, like King's Quest looking.
Yeah, with live action FMV cutscenes. The devs were very excited to demo this. They played it for me, showed me different segments. I did not play it. I watched it, but the main actor there, she was there, and she had the outfit, and they were all like really excited. The fucking little cabana that they had was so cold. I was so cold. And I heard someone tell one of the guys to take his Dayquil, and I was like, you guys better not get me sick. So Tenebris Somnia is on my list if I get sick. But yeah, no, this is right up my alley, man. This seems really cool. Obviously, I would have more to say if I got to play it, but the FMV parts are really cool. They're like done by a professional filmmaker. It's practical effects. The Freakazoids are all like, they had some of the masks and stuff there. They had the candle head mask.
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
had
we had to bring that too. That was the hard part.
Candle
crazy
head's so
lady
cool.
with the mouth that splits her head or whatever. This actually, the black and white footage that you're seeing right now there for a second, is part of a full short film. One of 2, maybe 3, but 2 or 3 full short films that they made because the characters in the game are filmmakers.
Freak.
They made short films and they actually submitted them to film fests under the characters' names,
Oh, crazy.
which is very funny. They didn't say if they got in
They
or not.
nailed the release date,
But
too.
yeah, what
October
is it?
16th.
October 16th, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect day.
Yeah, the team, main team is in Argentina, and then it's
Argentina,
being
yeah.
overseen by Erdorf, who did Faith.
Faith, yeah, very, very that vibe. Yeah, this one seems really neat. Into it, we'll see.
Very.
Obviously, I didn't get to play it. I saw them play it.
Yeah,
so
hopefully the gameplay,
who
like,
knows? Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
Isn't
I mean that's interesting that they
cryptic.
chose to do it that way because they definitely let people play it in Japan.
Maybe just because I'm a widow girl. Who knows? I don't
Sometimes,
know how to play a game. Who knows?
I'm worried about, like, the adventure, the
Yeah.
old school adventure
Yeah,
game
yeah.
vibe of, like, all right.
There was definitely stuff where he was
Too
like,
stuck on this, you know?
he was like, the room changes when I go in and out. So he's like, he
Yeah,
went in and
but see,
out.
that's
a
what
couple
I'm saying,
times
it's
to,
like,
change the
Them
room.
doing it for you and you not experiencing like firsthand, like it kind of
didn't-
takes away from
yeah.
the vibe, and they're explaining it to you before it happens.
Maybe they
Yeah.
did it because the people ahead of us went long.
Maybe.
So I had
Yeah.
a shorter. I think that's probably why they were doing that. But they showed a boss with the candlehead guy, and what's interesting is he's invisible if there's light, but visible if there's no light.
Huh.
Because he has candles for a head or whatever. But like, so he'll light candles around the room and you have to run around and turn them off. But he'll try to attack you and you can't see him if there's any light in the room.
So
But then as soon as it's dark, you can see him and shoot at him. That kind of stuff seemed like the kind of general, pseudo puzzle stuff. But yeah, you have weapons, you have to fight the things, and then it'll cut pretty seamlessly between the FMV and the pixel art.
Yeah, it's just like another scene that pops up.
Yeah, and
I'm curious how
So
they managed
cool.
to do it. So just
they said it's their biggest game file size wise. It's like 17 gigabytes. The pixel art portion of the game is 500 megabytes, and the rest of it is video files.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, they're using Bink. They did it in Unreal, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Doing video in Unreal is a goddamn nightmare. But yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Next up, I have Don't Fret, which is a sort of BioShock-esque, Resident Evil-esque
musical horror game.
kind of. I don't know if it's strictly it's music themed. It takes place in a scary music academy, and there's a bunch of DMCA free original music in the game. What I encountered was you could find music and like play them on the jukebox, but I wouldn't be surprised if cutscenes and stuff did involve music. This game was interesting. I played it at the end of my day and I was very tired. So I was just like, trying to give it a fair shake. And also a game like this, it lives and dies on its atmosphere and its like pacing, right? And so demoing a game like this is pretty tough. So I think that like a loud room when you have a time constraint and you're tired and stuff is not like the ideal scenario to play a game like this, right? So that said, I think that it's their first game. I don't know if I overheard the developer say, I didn't get this firsthand, but I could kind of hear them while I was playing. And he said that he has like a YouTube channel and his community like helped him with some of it or something like that. I'm not. So maybe look into that. Maybe you can follow
Maybe
this.
helped him with some of that Unreal nonsense.
Find this creator or not. Well, there's no FMV in this, so no Unreal nonsense, but who knows?
There's always Unreal nonsense.
I mean, Unreal is nonsensical, yeah. But I thought for a first effort, this is pretty great. It was pretty cool. Obviously, the conditions are not perfect for a demo like this, but yeah, it's like music themed game, so it really helped that I can read sheet music. Because one of the puzzles, I was just like, doot. But I was like, oh, that E looks a little like an F because of the glow on the notes. Maybe adjust it down a little. But they asked me afterwards. It's always fun when the dev is there because they asked me like, what's your honest opinion on this? And I told them a couple of little things where I was like, this part was interesting because it's like the cutscene gave me a feeling like it was a real big time pressure. So I was kind of like, I was Damiani cheesing it because it was like, it told me there was a slide mechanic and I was carrying a crate of stuff. So I moved really, really slow. And there's this little thing trying to like scare me. So I was like, okay, clearly this is meant to be a stealth section, but you're also telling me I can slide. So I sort of was just like, let's just try it. And I just kind of like ignored the enemy and slid all the way to the exit. And I was like, probably not the intended way to do that. But yeah, like this creepy music teacher who is like, she's always watching you. And if you made a mistake on the piano, she would like get you, like very, very intense kind of stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. It seemed promising. Couldn't really get a full read on it from a demo like this, but very BioShock vibes. And like a little whimsical. Like you're a personified guitar. Like you're a kid who gets turned into a guitar.
Okay.
So you're like a guitar with little cartoon arms, not cartoon,
So
but
you're
like
a
little arms and
guitarified
legs.
person.
You're a guitarified person. Yeah, named Fret. Who was already named Fret. So I'm like, you're asking for it. But yeah, so a little bit of a kind of a, whimsical vibe kind of in that sense, but then sort of a gritty BioShock-esque kind of world there. Yeah, so that's Don't Fret. Now I'm going to swap out with Dawn because Huber and Dawn played this Atari Night Dive stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swap with Dawn.
Swabbity. Hanging in there. Final stretch.
Hanging Hanging in. You sleep.
Alrighty.
Hanging in.
Hang in there.
All right, I got the list, and I didn't even know this was on the list. So I'm curious whether you have anything to say about Barbie Rewind.
I do.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yeah. What's really cool is there's like 16 Barbie games in this thing. What's really cool is there's a meta progression here. You unlock things for like the Barbie Dream House by playing the other games.
Cool.
And I thought that was freaking cool. That's all I have to say about Barbie because I didn't really play them as a kid.
Yeah, we didn't play these, but they had a vast collection, 16 games. Special guest now entering the arena with an ice cream delivery.
What up?
How is this possible?
Wow.
Wow. Look at Blood, huh? Major power player getting
I
ice cream
know.
delivered in that manner. I've never seen such a thing.
Flexing.
Barbie shocked
That's
me.
all
I never
didn't do
knew
anything.
Barbie crossed so many genres of game, but like
I just
Huber-
remember the horse ones are awesome.
Yeah, the horse ones. Gabby, big fan of the horse ones.
Yeah.
We haven't played all these, but it was impressive to see them all together. Even though I haven't played all these Barbie games, I was like, nice work. This
Yeah.
looks
It made me wanna play 'em.
comprehensive. Yeah, some of them look really fun. The Barbie
Yeah.
snowboarding looks sick.
Totally.
That's all we got to say about Barbie.
Coming out a week before GTA.
Yeah,
Also,
I'm
the
sure-
deluxe edition on Switch has a straight up Barbie doll with an Atari
Oh.
shirt.
a real Barbie doll.
That thing's
and
gonna
they
sell
said
the
it was
hell out.
highly collectible.
Yeah,
We'll see. I don't know.
I
it
bet.
is.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. So
Next up, everyone's favorite.
Yes.
Classic.
Godzilla.
Absolutely.
Destroy
so
all
much
monsters.
fun back in
Melee
the
is
day.
back.
Oh,
Dude.
Felt good.
I saw. Oh, sorry, not to get ahead of you, but I saw Sophia showed me a funny thing where because this is one of the few games coming out in November,
Yeah.
and I saw a funny video about GTA 6 as Homelander looking down at Godzilla and like being like, "How dare you?"
Funny.
Anyway,
Atari has no fear of GTA.
No fear.
They have
No
multiple
fear.
releases in November. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
They don't give a
They
shit.
don't give a shit.
It felt good, looked good.
Yeah.
It
Can
it
you
felt
do this in GTA?
it felt similar to a Fault even because it is a little bit janky like
Janky,
back
oh
in the day,
yes,
you
oh
know,
yes.
but it plays like you remember just with a fresh coat of paint
Super
on it.
fun. Now it's on Unreal 5 apparently or
Yeah.
whatever. So they've got nice textures, nice effects, all kinds of stuff. But it's the
Yeah.
same janky fun we remember
Yeah.
from back in the day.
Totally. I was Ghidorah and old school Godzilla.
nice.
1-1 lost one versus the dev.
Yeah.
Just throwing them into buildings and stuff. Just a fun, stupid good time.
Yeah. They made the arenas a little bigger, they said. They're no
Yeah.
longer locked to a square. Now they're kind of oval and stuff like that. So they made various improvements to
Yeah.
the game also. So
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good. Preservation. Let's keep going there.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Huber, I'm very curious about this. Thief.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The Dark Project.
So perfect. This was a highlight for me. Did the first level, iconic. I blew it too. I got spotted by a guard deep in the run, and it was over. It was so deep, but it felt like riding a bike, getting the water arrows out. I mean, the water arrows on the torches and hiding in the shadows is like one of the classic video game mechanics, dude. It is just so fun. One of my most like memorable things as a kid, honestly, was the water arrows just shooting out torches. It looks exactly like you want it to. Just again, a fresh coat of paint while
Yeah, Night Dive's got a good
retaining.
system down for this stuff.
They retain the
Yep.
feel and the vibes of the original,
100%.
but they just make it look and feel and play a little bit better without losing that, without compromising that.
It's
I
so
tried to
dark
play
on
on
TV.
I tried to play on mouse and keyboard because that's how I grew up with this.
Yeah.
My friend's computer was in his closet. So he would open up his closet and my friend Matisse, this is the friend who had Unreal Tournament, Thief, and Deus Ex. He is the catalyst of those OG games for me. So I called him immediately. I was like, dude, I just played Thief Remastered. Like, so cool. Yeah, it felt like you wanted it to feel. And just walking out of that one too, Don, I was just, I wanted them to know so much. This was like the one I really gushed to the devs the most about because it's important work. Thief is a staple of that era. It is such an important video game, and nobody is doing preservation like Night Dive and like Digital Eclipse. I mean, all of these are just so important, whether it's a meaningful game from your childhood or not. It is important work that really feels like they are not the only ones doing it, but they are leading the charge by a mile on this stuff. So I just hope they continue to keep doing this because it is important.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad this new iteration of Atari has like really been investing in teams like this.
Yeah.
And supporting them
They're
and-
putting together an amazing bunch of teams now that are all synergy towards this kind of game preservation.
Yeah.
Now we go to the digital Eclipse side of things.
Yeah.
Toy Story Retro
Oh,
Roundup
yeah.
and Toy Story 3 Complete
Toy Story
Edition.
3, one of the best games. Unbelievable. I'm not fucking kidding around. This is one of the most underrated. It's so good. Toy Story 3 is incredible. Of course, after that, they went on to make Disney Infinity. Toy Story 3 was like the progenitor of that.
Okay.
Toy Story 3 is like, I'm not exaggerating, like one of my favorite games. So I am so excited to revisit it because like just one of those games where it came out, finished it, unbelievably a good time, but I haven't revisited it since. So I'm super excited. And I really remember playing Toy Story 1 on Genesis a lot. So this is a full-on pack. I think 3 is separate from the whole pack.
Yeah.
Because
there's the
such
pack,
a...
and then there's the Toy Story 3 thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like Toy Story 3 is a big game, a really big game.
What's a Bug's Life?
Yeah,
Wait,
they threw
what?
a Bug's
Yeah.
Life in there.
Yeah.
They're talking about how they do that just like on the collections. That's their style. Like,
Toy
throw
Story
one
3
more
is
in
so freaking good. Get ready if you have not played this game. You are in for a treat. It is just dopamine rush, dopamine hits. There's like a full-on like open sandbox mode. It's just an incredible game. It's an incredible game that I cannot hype up enough. If you all haven't played it, you're in for a treat. And of course, we got Toy Story 5 coming out.
Yeah, it was a bummer they
soon.
couldn't quite make the release of like you know because this doesn't come out for a
It'll
few months.
still be so
but
you'll
yeah,
see
it's
the
still
movie
gonna
and
be
you'll just
majorly
be like
hyped.
itching for these.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
very hyped. Didn't get to play this, but it is absolutely going to be one of the games that I revisit and finish this year. So
You didn't get to
excited!
play this? Did you see it in a presentation or
Yeah,
what?
just a presentation.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did they talk about any of the normal documentary stuff?
Not for this, no.
Okay.
No. Apparently, I didn't know this too. I played this on PS3 when it came out. That version had additional content. And that's going to be present here because I guess there's like a Steam version
Yes.
that doesn't have that stuff. So content complete.
Really nice.
Yeah, so hype,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm pumped to try these out. I never got to play them back in the day, so
Yeah.
I'm pumped. Heard
Cannot
good things.
wait. What a treat.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, Huber, I've been wanting to get your take on this for a minute. Valor Mortis.
Oh, I'm excited to talk about this one. This
Yeah.
was another standout highlight.
First person, Napoleon Souls,
Yeah.
Polish devs. I played this at Gamescom, couldn't beat the boss, kept trying, kept dying.
They asked me before, they were like, Huber, how many times do you think you're going to die? I was like, 2 or less.
Oh.
I died 3 times.
Pretty
Damn
good,
it.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Wow. Thumbs up. Put this on your radar if it is not. If you are a Souls fan, if you
Oh,
are
right. Ghost Runner devs. Yep.
Ghost Runner devs, of course. Excellent video game. Everything about this just felt really tight, really good. Of course, if you've played Souls, you know exactly what you're getting here. There's parries. There is stamina. There are Estus flasks. There are bonfires. All of those staples. Yeah, the combat again. I want to highlight that because that's the pillar of this whole game. You know, that's going to be the sauce of this. If that doesn't feel good, you're in trouble. And it felt excellent. You have your sword, of course, but you also have your left hand, which does additional things. Speaking of BioShock again, you have a pistol. Ammo is limited, but the pistol is really cool because you can target weak points for massive damage, giant enemy crabs. You also have a pyroblast, which was really cool. And managing these resources is really, really fun because the pistol has its own separate ammo, but then the flame hand had mana, basically. So you can kind of switch freely between these things. Obviously, the sword is your main tool, and there were optional paths as well. Like the corruption could be burned away by the flame. So as soon as I got the flame, I remember seeing one way back, and I was like, yo, I only have 20 minutes. I'm going way back. I want to go see. Went all the way back, found a mini boss. Guy was a freak show. Almost beat him, but that was one of my deaths. Died. Respawned at a bonfire. Continued on. Crazy encounters. There's like snipers and other NPCs talking to you. I came away extremely impressed. And then, of course, that final boss took me out. Almost had him, but I was so mad. I wanted to keep trying.
Yeah, no, the thing with that boss, though, I don't even know if you could sentence it in 2 attempts.
Yeah. Oh, this was the mini boss. That was him. The red-eye, glowing eye freak.
Okay.
Yeah.
But with the boss, I just felt like after I'd done enough runs that I realized that I hadn't been using my full toolkit.
Yeah. The flame is clutch.
Yeah,
Setting them on fire.
Once you start to use every little bit of things that you can do, it really opens up that fight.
Yeah. Getting them burned with the flame does a lot of damage. It staggers them for a second. Stamina was crazy. I leveled up 3 times during my demo, and I'm the Souls player that does a little bit of extra grinding. Little bit before I move on. It's okay, I need 300 or 400 more souls. I'm going to go farm a couple enemies for a bit just to get that one extra level before I move on.
Sure.
Because I never want to put my souls at risk. So I always try to, if I'm close to a level, I'm going to take my time and grind so I can just spend it. Because then when I progress, not only do I have that extra level, but it's okay, well, now I have nothing to lose also. Even if I die, it doesn't even matter because I just spent all my souls. So I'm very economical. I'm very resource survival horror management in my Souls games. A demo like this can't even do that. You have to keep going forward. But yeah, then we got to this boss and it had 7 arms or 3 or 4 arms all holding a gun. Had this big French flag. By the way, Napoleon is
in your head, dude.
In your head telepathically, vampire style. I'm what is even going on? Yeah. So out of control. But yeah, this was big thumbs up. Definitely put it on your radar if you're a Souls fan. And it's tough to get first-person melee down. I think of Dark Messiah of Might and Magic from back in the day, and I think of Dishonored, of course. But getting really awesome, hard-hitting melee combat down with parries and dodges and stuff, that's tricky, and it felt so good.
Yeah.
So
highly
on my list. Yeah, this freak. Look at this freak.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool. Yeah, those pustules you want to shoot with your gun, get in there and fire him up with the flame to get him burned. Yeah, just really excellent. Really excited for this. Excited for the full thing.
Yeah, and that thing's got range.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, it got me so many times when I was wow, I thought it was way out of range.
Yeah.
But then getting those parries was so huge because then you can set them up for a visceral attack. So, really excellent game.
Do you think that this will survive coming out on the same day as Silent Hill, Townfall, and Control Resonant?
This to me is immediate cult classic. Mm-hmm. This is a dedicated cult classic following for sure. People that make the time for this game are gonna fucking love it for sure. Yeah, totally. So.
All right, Virtua Fighter.
Don, you got in on this, right?
Nice.
Yes, I did get in on Virtua Fighter. It was an hour appointment.
An hour?
Yeah, but it was hands off, okay? But
Yeah.
it was a nice presentation they did. Darn, I didn't bring my notes in here. I have my phone. I did take some notes, actually, and asked a few questions. But Basically,
Did anybody bring up Shenmue? Sorry, let's get it out of the way. Did anybody bring up Shenmue or Yu Suzuki at all?
They did, and they brought it up in this context, Huber. They brought it up because apparently there's the story of there was a Virtua Fighter RPG planned, I guess, in the late 90s, that whole thing, and then it led to Shenmue and this and that, or certain strands of that. So the director and the creators actually said when they how they didn't take anything from that, but when they created their whole thing here, because it's a very story-based fighter, cinematic fighter, they presented it to Yu Suzuki and the team and everything to like get their like blessing kind of thing or something.
So sick.
So apparently they got that too.
Holy crap. Please have a Shenmue guest fighter in this game. I will faint.
Who knows?
I will faint. Yeah.
So it's all about you're this main character here who's I really should grab my notes.
Do it. I'll stall.
Okay, stall for a second. I'll grab my notes because I wrote.
Stall.
I mean, just look at it.
Ryo Hazuki is so primed to join this game, dude. He is so primed to join this game, Blood. Please make some calls. Let's make this happen. I love that there's an adventure mode here, and it looks so sweet. Yes, because us casual fighting game fans, we need a little something to feel good about on the side. Yeah, Damiani, for sure. I don't have time to get insanely sweaty in
Joe's
too many games.
Check out Joe's.
It's not even a question of time. It's like
cracking a Red Bull or something here.
Some people cannot. No matter how much time you put in, you won't get past a certain point.
Totally. Yeah, I do not have the skill.
They've got this fictional region they've created that's in Southeast Asia as the setting, but it's a fictional region, so it's not accurate in that sense. But there's sort of a political situation that happened that created so that they have an agreement that there's like no guns allowed in this district.
Okay.
So or in this whole region. So that's how you get this situation where you have all these conflicts. There's like triads and stuff like that, but there's no guns anywhere. So it's all martial arts, and this is how they're settling things, which is really cool. They've got this big tournament that's happening in this region that our main character here is getting involved in. He moved here. He's sort of like distant family members around the region, but he's pretty much on his own, and he has a girlfriend, some friends. You have this small cast of characters you interact with, and it's like a pseudo kind of open world basically type game where you see it's almost like a beat 'em up, right? Where you get to incorporate a lot of your moves from the then strict like one-on-one classic fighting that takes place where Virtua Fighter
Don,
stuff.
I was fully in the dark on this, right? They're just like, Virtua Fighter, do you want an appointment? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Dawn in there, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea they were doing all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to have, I believe, multiple different characters eventually, but you start with this guy, and they've got like battle content, they've got side quests, they've got mini games, they got the main story, they've got a relationship branch, and they've got restaurants also with cooking and stuff like that. So it's like some interesting angles that they get in here. Branching single story outcomes, so you can really change the outcome of the story depending on the decisions you make. Yeah, so there's got a whole bunch of different branches, which I thought was really cool. Kind of change how the story plays out.
Cool.
They, involved obviously RGG Studios, so that was one of the things. I was like, what are the sort of similarities and differences between like the open world combat encounters to a Yakuza or something like that? And they're like, they've set up their own thing. It's a little different, but it's very satisfying. Like you're gonna feel like it's kind of like a beat 'em up, but your moveset evolves as you go on, and it can almost mirror what you have in the ring. Then when you're doing Unreal, they're inspired by Watchmen. Okay, apparently for this world, where they end up, they wanted a grounded world, but like with like grounded in reality, but there's this superhero, super villain type element, like, but it's just accepted as like part of the reality. You know what I mean? So, there was a lot of information, I guess, we got from here. It's staying loyal to like the original Virtua Fighter combat system, which is very simple 3-button system: punch, kick, and block. And so they've actually, instead of like developing a more complex modern fighter of like what they would do and then including some kind of simplified combat mode like a lot of current games do, something like that, they actually just like, although they didn't explain the details of the fighting yet, they sort of just built off of and stayed true to that simplified version of like a 3-button system. So it's going to be a very sort of like simple combat system. Once again, simple in the same way Virtua Fighter was. I mean, very technical too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no meters. There's not going to be like supers and all that kind of element to it. It's going to be real like technical combat. They've got
Dumplings.
Yeah, dumplings. We didn't see a whole lot about the cooking and stuff like that, but I'm very interested in how that is. And so, it's a bummer. Yeah, we couldn't get our hands on it. I was really hoping to get my hands on it. They mainly showed us the story stuff. They just hinted at what the combat system was going to be without really giving any details or elaborating on it or anything like that, and sort of setting up the story with all these main characters here. You see here, this is his buddy and his girlfriend and stuff like that, her little sister and all this. So you're in this open world. There's a fighting tournament you're getting involved in, and
Kumite.
it's sort of a new, they're sort of like, pushing the genre of like really making it this story-based cinematic fighting game, essentially.
Sign me the hell
So that's the big part of it is the story. Yeah.
Easy in.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah. So it looks pretty stylish, looks pretty fun.
Cool.
The open world stuff looks awesome. I just can't wait to try it out a little bit or see more details on what's actually involved in the combat and stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
They'll add Majima for sure.
I think there's a good chance.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, fighting games are ripe for guest characters. So get some of those guys in there and I don't know if they would show up in the story mode, but it'd be fun if they found a way to sneak them in there.
It's funny.
Yeah. And then Huber, you're going to close out the night
Okay.
with one of your biggest surprises of the show.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy Taxi.
Didn't get to play,
Yep.
but the creator was there. And right when he starts to play, he just goes, yeah. Holy shit. I immediately texted Don. I'm like, dude, it's perfect. It's actually perfect.
Look at this.
Because when you go replay original Crazy Taxi, it's like, okay, well, I only have like 2 minutes to drive around. That's all I can do is just like 2 minutes, do it again. So you can be off duty in this, and they only showed us one map, which was West Coast, which is like the original map. And it's like it's so funny. The pizzas, I know.
You can't even see anything.
Oh, it's so good. There are a ton of mini games, and there is traditional Crazy Taxi in here as well. So again, you can be off duty and just drive around and like explore and like find little secrets and stuff. But when you pick a fare up, it'll go into traditional Crazy Taxi mode. You have 200, 300 seconds to drive around and do what you've been doing. You'll recognize a lot of spots because it is like the old map. There are many maps. They only showed this one, but there are many maps because it is Crazy Taxi World Tour.
Right,
that got me pumped up.
Yes. The map isn't massive, but it's big enough to you're going to want to drive around and hang out and explore. You also unlock basically rep throughout each area you're in. They did not go into any of the details about progression and any of that. But if you look too, there's a full-on economy in the top corner of how much money you have. So I assume you can upgrade your taxi and your character. He was huge about character development this time around. He's like, yeah, we have a real opportunity to dive into the characters and who are they and the emotion. I was like, okay, there's full-on voice acting. There's a story this time around. He said he really wanted to play this, have the original West Coast map at nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
Now he finally has it. It was a big deal for him.
That's cool.
And he was just talking about how the young developers on the staff pushed back against him to just make it simple and like the old ones. He's like, yeah, I kept trying to evolve it to be the future and to change a lot of what Crazy Taxi is, and he's like, all the young kids were like, no, like make it just the same. Like, so
Which
I thought
is exactly what it looks like. I mean, it's like literally saying.
yeah. So some of the mini games I saw, the side stuff was like full on street races, just a classic street race.
Yeah.
There were go through checkpoints as fast as you can. There was the pizza one we saw, and of course there's fishing. You pick up a fisherman, he's standing in the back of the taxi, and you're at the end of the dock, and you have to like back your taxi up, and it's like a meter thing. Like think of like Mario Golf or Hot Shots Golf, where you have to like get it right in the exact spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're like catching octopus, you're catching a giant shark. It was totally silly and totally out of control and just totally awesome. So yeah, it was just a delight and a joy to have him play in front of us and talk about the passion, and it just feels like the perfect time for Crazy Taxi to come back, and it's coming back in the best way possible. So
also just to, as a disclaimer, because chat's talking about it and I'm sure the comments will talk about it, like, yeah, it came out that there's AI use, and like the most recent thing that we know is that the director said that they generated images and then the artist looked at those images and then did the art based on those images. So like, they're saying there's no AI in the game, quote unquote, but it's like, well,
used
the
as
original
reference.
idea was an AI made it. So it's like, I don't know. And PC Gamer even asked, like, do you think the amount of time it saved you from concept arting justified the backlash? And he was just like, we just used it for what I said we used it for. There's nothing actually in the game. And it's just like, okay, guy. So yeah, it's like, time will tell once the game's actually out, but that's a little bit of a bummer.
It is. He was the nicest, wholesomest, jolliest man I met like all weekend. So hopefully it's not as bad as we think it is.
Good,
hopefully, because
it looks good. So
it looks
explain
so
it to your
good.
eyeballs. Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunate about that, but loved what I saw, and I'm very excited to dip back into Crazy Taxi because it's been a long time. Long dormant franchise.
Yeah.
Making
plus,
potentially triumphant return.
Not that it could be streamed, but the fact that the Offspring is actually back.
Yup.
After all of those
knew.
ports and remasters that didn't have it.
Yup.
So weird.
Yeah. So they couldn't talk about other tracks, but that was right when he started playing. He booted up Offspring. It was great. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. So there it is, Crazy Taxi World Tour.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Chat, that's all we can do for tonight. We've already shot a bunch of stuff that's going to be going up very soon, and more stuff trickling out. But like I said, the other stuff won't be on Twitch, but it will be going up on our YouTube channel, so keep an eye on that. I'll be archiving this block that we did tonight. We got another big block with a bunch of games coming up after that. And then there'll be a bunch of singles. And then I'll also be cutting out some of the highlights, this one and Virtua Fighter and some of the other big boys. Put them up as separate videos as well. But we'll get things up first, and then we'll go back and get the things that, maybe got lost in the shovel.
Yeah, filmed a bunch of stuff before we went live already, yeah.
Yep, and we've got a couple of more singles to get through. But we're getting there. Summer Game Fest.
Wait, before you click away... We have more stream right now.
Yeah, more stream.
This is just the end of the Summer Game Fest stuff.
Yeah, we have a very special guest in the house, which we will bring in right now. I think Damiani and Huber are maybe going to rotate out.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed.
Come back in here. But yeah, thank you, Damiani. Yeah, give us a clap.
And thank you, everybody, for all of your support throughout this weekend. Everyone that's watching, all the mods. So much love and respect. We are Easy Allies. You make this possible. You ensure that we get to do this every year. So from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you so much.
I'm gonna pop off just a second just to get a napkin and toss this stuff.
Cool. Yeah. All righty. Enjoy. Have fun. Have a blast.
Wow.
Blast.
Oh, my drink.
Blam.
My drink.
Oh, my drink.
Come on up.
Oh, my napkin.
Right here.
Yes, good.
Right by me.
Thank you. I'm gonna be right back.
Get some sleep, Hubie.
I'm gonna go take a
Feel better.
already had
12 hours.
He never gets enough sleep. Turn this damn Zoom off. I don't want to. Oh.
Yeah.
What up, everybody?
What up?
Boom! Special guest David Menkin.
Boom.
Voice
I'm
of.
so happy.
Am I huge or is your chair low?
I don't understand. I thought I was normal sized.
Yeah. See,
I'll
Hubie?
be tall.
Here.
Oh my God! Look
There's
how
a
tall I
thing on
am.
the side.
I haven't thought I've been normal size for a long time.
Blood's not normal sized.
Do
You
need
stole
all your
Blood's
stuff?
spot.
I stole your stuff. Sorry, I stole your spot. Also, do you want it? Okay, I'll rotate. Okay.
Probably easier to just Anyways, hi.
Hi.
David Menkin. Voice
How
of-
exhausted are we, huh?
I feel better since
question
I'm
is
pumped full of
unknown.
Excedrin.
This was my first SGF, so I did not pace myself at all.
There's a pace.
I'm a dried husk.
Yeah. Pretty tired.
Yeah.
You're pretty tired. You
But
had your go. You had
Oh
the
yeah,
gaming
yeah, yeah.
awards. You had
I
all kinds of stuff.
I did. I got to do everything. Because I asked for it. Ask and ye shall receive.
Yeah.
And yeah. Anyway, people might not know who I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's do the actual intro here. David Menkin is most recently the voice, main character of Hugh in Pragmata.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still upset
Pronounced-
it's not Pragmata.
Pronounced correctly. You got to be pragmatic about it.
Pragmatic. I guess that's true.
Well,
We're not pragmatic.
This morning, the Nintendo Direct did the same kind of thing to us.
Nintendo says Pragmata.
No. So you know the one with like the bubblegum ninja kids or whatever. There's a sequel to that.
Girl, I only watched the ones I cared about.
I always said Ninjala. They said Ninjala.
Whoa.
I'm like, what?
Ninjala.
Godzilla.
And it sort of makes sense now that
Bubblegum.
because it's like, okay, you're preserving the ninja word, right?
Yeah.
And then just adding a la to the
Yeah,
end. But I'm like,
Ninjalas.
it just seems weird. I never, my brain got it
Ninjala
wrong.
sounds like like your bully in middle school or something.
It also like feels like something you could hurt.
Yeah.
I hurt my
I
ninja.
hurt my ninjala. It's like in your knee or your throat somewhere. Yeah.
So
Hugh
and
Pragmata, Mata,
Yeah.
and like you're in like 40,000 other
40,000 at Breach and Valorant. Let's go. I am Lego Luke.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker and Lego
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I'm Barnabas in Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
I'm Magnus in Final Fantasy 14. People usually like
Damiani went to bed too, but
yeah.
he would have
Bye.
been excited about that.
I was for the oldies. I was Preston Marlowe in Battlefield Bad Company.
Oh my
That
god.
was my first. That was my first foray. Actually, no, it wasn't. I was in Alias, the video game.
Whoa.
Wow.
I just had a weird bet about an ARG being revealed at SGF, revealing a new show of Alias. That's a weird synergy there.
I'm in a lot of stuff. Just check on IMDb. Oh, actually, one final thing. I am the most hated Viking in Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
This is true.
Am I allowed to swear?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a subreddit specific. It's called Fuck Dag.
Fuck Dag.
Yeah. And hello. Yeah. Hello, friends.
We're sorry.
Yes. Did I ever tell you the story? Yeah, for some reason, because I would tell tall tales as you cross the ocean.
Okay.
And people had to, sit there for a while and listen to me. And yeah. Anyway, yeah. Chat's going. Yeah. I know him. Fuck Dag.
Well, because you're
Well, they
Norwegian.
specifically are saying
Yeah.
ew.
you to Dag.
Ew, he's dag.
Bad Company 3. Yes, I want Bad Company 3 because they've taken Bad Company 1 and 2 off the server,
Oh,
Oh.
which sucks. I'm sorry. What?
is
Was
bad?
that part of the GameSpy meltdown, or is that something
yeah,
else?
probably.
Yeah.
Was Bad Company the one that got a remake during PC Game Show, or is that a different thing, chat?
I didn't.
My brain is mush.
I have not seen
I
it.
didn't.
So I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're recently in a movie with the great, what's her name?
Sandra Huller?
Huller?
Yes. Yeah, I'm in a black and white movie.
Oh!
You're all going to watch that. It did really well at Cannes.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Did it get double digits standing ovations?
It did. We got no. We got. I think we got 5 or 6 minutes.
Oof.
That's good.
That's bad.
Excuse me.
If you don't hit 12, your movie's trash. It's ridiculous.
I honestly
such
think
long
if it's
fucking standing
if it's
ovations.
too long, it's suspicious.
Yeah, that's true. Some really bad movies have
Didn't
had like 10,
that
20 minute.
what's that
standing
Adam Driver
ovations.
movie again that we love?
Megalopolis. It was like a
Megalopolis.
13-minute standing ovation.
See? Yeah. That's the
I think
the truth.
sometimes it gets
Although
into
I
an
love
ironic.
that movie as a campy, horrible movie.
The first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, maybe
yeah.
this is just misunderstood.
and then it wasn't.
That's funny. Like for me, if the clapping is going on more than 3 minutes, I'm just starting to wonder, like,
yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that
When
like
is this?
to?
When is this over?
It seems terrible.
Our director actually sort of stopped it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, that's classy.
Yeah, and what
That's a
also
good
happened?
movie
Yeah,
then.
and the people that are behind the people being clapped at, I don't know, the
Yeah.
the clap,
Clapped upon.
Yeah.
the clap.
The people getting the
What part of the
clap.
body is that?
Yeah, it's the genitals.
Clapped.
It's the genitals.
Yeah. So what happens is that the ushers actually block the people that are sitting behind them in, so they
Oh.
can't leave. So they link arms, so you can't leave.
Whoa.
What the hell?
It's all.
That's a
it's
fire
all
hazard.
thank you. It's a bit of an OSHA violation.
That's not natural. That's not natural.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's me. Hi, how you doing? But yeah, I came over because you were like, we might be too tired to talk about stuff. Can you just talk? Can you just
We're
pop
just
by?
we're just mostly hanging out.
Yeah.
I loved Pragmata. Sophia and I loved Pragmata. I don't know if you've had a chance yet, but
I've played the demo, but I haven't played the.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Blood
yeah,
was
okay.
Blood was very excited about it. Blood got to play it at events before it came out, before I played it, and he was
Yeah.
one of the ones that was like super excited about it.
Yeah, we actually played it at last year's SGF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I
It's-
didn't get to do, and so I was like, really, this game looks weird and crazy. But then, yeah,
And then
Loved it.
Yeah. And then you figured out who I was, and then you were like, okay, fine, I'll play it. And then-
yeah, just a brown nose.
yeah. But I think you should play it because you get to be Space Dad.
Space Dad.
You're not Sad Dad. It's great. And then also you, and then if you need to get something out of your system, you'll have a little cry.
Yeah.
because we all need to. Come on, it's
Yeah.
2026. We
Yeah.
can handle crying. And I think everybody should be Space Dad, just for a little while.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's not going to take that many hours, especially for you guys because
Yeah.
you're all
Pro gamers.
Pro
Yeah.
gamers. Yeah, I can't remember how long it took.
Speed
My
runners.
issue is not how long the game will take. Well, actually, I am the slowest gamer. That's true as well. Because I go around and look at all the corners and find all the secrets and everything.
I 100%ed it, and it was sub 20, I think.
But yeah,
Yeah.
my issue is just finding any time to play anything right now,
Yeah.
including games that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Are you a dev as well?
No, he's a double agent. He works in like PR or something.
yeah, I work with events.
It's an ethical nightmare, David.
Yeah. So we put on booths at all the conventions.
Do we need to
and
like
stuff.
put like promotion signs?
Yeah, it's just-
It depends. So like
We had a talk.
Friday night I had 2 demos that I was doing at the Mix, and then the weekend I was press at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
But also doing B2B the whole time to whoever I was talking to, telling them what we're doing.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this feels wrong.
I sat Blood down and we had a talk, and I was like, you have to say which we you're talking about.
Yes.
When you're saying like, we're working on that, I'm like, no, Yukio. Yukio's working on that. Easy Allies is not. You're in 2 we's. We would like to play. No, we love Blood, and he's doing great out there and making
Yeah.
cool things. He made me have dead bodies in my trunk for a booth
Yeah.
for Tenebris Somnia because I picked him up at the airport.
Yeah, I had to bring
Fake
Dave
dead
Osher was
bodies.
so impressed
Let's
with
dead
clarify.
bodies.
Let's clarify.
Fake
that our
dead-
team
yeah.
made that like he had to have us bring it from Japan, bring the props.
Review copy provided by Bloodworth. Yeah, we should start saying that.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be on every-
I have a
it'd
game
be on-
launching this Friday. If you
What
want
is it?
codes,
What is it?
don't let it starve.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. That actually seems cool.
Yeah.
Huber's going to be into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Resident Evil briefcase, but it's a bento box. Yeah.
Exactly. If we put review copy provided by Bloodworth on everything that we got codes from Bloodworth, it would be almost every game because Blood still does give us most of our codes. Although Sophia and I have started reading our emails. Me less. I don't like
Yeah.
to
It's
read.
gonna be
email.
Lucy James from now on, though, isn't it?
Lucy James, yeah.
Yeah.
She got to hard launch that Looking
My-
for Game. Congrats to
It's,
Lucy.
that is a way to start a new job, isn't it?
Very
Yeah.
cool.
You're like, hi, I'm just gonna present Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, no, that.
By the way.
Well, and it's like it was like in a co-production with Jeff, I guess. So somehow,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, I mean, why
I mean, it's
not?
the same, like he did the thing with helping Chris String launch the game business, and doing that. So it's, and they've also had the, for Industry Day, Chris had like a bunch of like, business talks.
Hell yeah.
Get all those guys up on a stage.
We love business talks here at Easy Hours. Anyway, yeah. So, what do you want to talk about? What are you doing?
I mean,
What are you doing?
I mean, it's.
Why are you here?
Why am I here?
What do you
Chilling.
what do you think of the downtown hotel scene?
Do you know this is the thing? I was smart and stayed in Silver Lake, so
Yeah.
I would get away from it because in 2023 when I was here to launch Final Fantasy 16, I got stuck at the hotel where events happen. I'm not sure if we can dox it.
I try to not do it.
We try
Exactly.
not to, but
Everybody else is
Everybody else
basically
does.
giving it away. Yeah.
certain other large, famous press people do love to tweet out
We
the
can say
location of
Harris
the
and Jason
Hanes.
Schreier. Yeah.
I mean, yes, one second, not
Guess
me.
who I met?
One second, not me. Love
Yeah.
those guys, but
Yeah.
stop tweeting about the JW, goddamn.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Oh no, that one's been out for 2 years now. It's
Okay.
No,
fine,
yeah,
fine,
they,
fine, fine.
they've ruined the JW.
It's
Okay.
over.
All right.
It's
Fine.
over.
Just don't
But-
mention the
yeah,
fig.
No, it's still popular.
Yeah, I know.
But
You just have to wait long enough.
So
Yeah.
I did smart things. I arrived a few days ahead of time so that I wouldn't be dying from jet lag.
yeah.
And
That's a
then-
good move.
Yes, and then I would also sort of curb the drinking. Drinking is bad, folks, but sometimes you need it, especially when you're talking to industry people. and I got to say it was So in 2023, when my liver started just like kicking me, that's when I realized, okay, get better at this. But pacing, no, I completely messed up.
Dude, you were like, because, it's your first SGF,
First SGF.
and we kept bumping into you. It was almost like
Yes.
a comedy. Like, we just
Yeah.
would come around the corner. It's like, oh, hey, David.
Yeah.
But, like,
and then I'd have to scurry off.
and then
do
you'd
it
scurry
later.
off. But then,
Yeah.
we would be talking about, like, we finally get to go home and watch the Vampire Lestat, And then you're like, I have to go to another event after this.
Yes,
And I'm just
yes.
like, I could not.
Yeah, no, I completely.
I'm getting
messed
too old
up.
for this shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the same time, it's fun.
Yeah.
So, and you, I think FOMO's a thing.
Yeah.
with all
yeah.
this.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And then the next day you find out that oh wait, there was an Xbox thing.
Right.
Oh, great. Okay, well, why wasn't I invited?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
And
happened
then-
to me
and
like
then you
3
check your
times
junk
where someone
mail.
was like, oh, are you going to Giant Bomb? And I was like, I hadn't heard about it. And then,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
probably in the email.
Yes.
I don't read my email.
I mean,
Yeah. Don't
it
say
was,
that.
in my email for sure.
Blood
And
gets the party invites and doesn't send them.
And I had to tell
Blood's
him
a
that
snake in the
No
grass.
party invite
Giant Bomb for like the
provided.
last couple of years have been doing things the same nights that we're doing things.
Yeah.
Even though we reduced our nights.
We should probably not do Saturday and do like Sunday or something because we missed all the parties, Blood. We missed all the parties, Blood.
I
Party
did not.
invite
I did
provided
not,
by
and I'm
Blood.
not.
David went to
I'm
all
not
the
a better
parties.
person. For it.
Sunday is bad though, because we have to be up and here early Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday
Yeah.
sucks. Sunday sucks hard.
Yeah.
We should just do them all Tuesday.
But we're not-
I don't care what
Yeah, I
Uber
do
says.
55
By the way, we're not-
previews in one day.
55.
We're not complaining. We're very lucky to be doing this.
No,
but,
yeah.
but
It's a
let us
privilege.
but
It's
let
very
us
nice.
complain.
We're just tired. I had a migraine half the day. Hence the beautiful
awesome,
glasses.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
want to hear, David, what your favorite or any favorites.
Oh, yeah.
From the show floor.
It was Little Nightmares meets Soma.
End of Abyss.
End of Abyss.
Oh yeah. Damiani was just
Absolutely
telling us.
loved it. I was feeling very, very delicate at one point and went and played the Bluey game.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's so freaking cute.
nice.
And we got rid of the bullies. We went and we found the gnomes in the portal. I found at least 3 ladybirds. None of this is going to make sense until you play this.
Well,
but,
we have-
but trust me.
We have friends who are parents, and like they've showed us
Oh
a
my
few
God.
Bluey episodes.
Yeah.
and
They
like
showed us one of the most
they showed us-
heartbreaking.
they showed us. I think it's called Sleepy Time.
I
so
will
if you
never
know
forgive
Bluey,
them.
and it's funny because my first introduction to Bluey, I have a little cousin who I think at the time was like 12 or something. He's got the coolest name. I won't say it, but like. Because he's a fucking kid. But like, he was telling me about Bluey a few years ago at a family reunion, and he kept being like, I know it's for little kids, but it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And then like, I was like, yeah, man, I believe you. You don't have to justify that to me. Like, I watched Arthur I got teased for watching Arthur, even though my little sister was putting it on, whatever. But like, then we saw some episodes of Bluey, and I was like, oh, Bluey rips.
Yeah. Like seriously.
It makes me cry every time. Sleepy Time destroyed me.
It is
though.
it is seriously is one of the best pieces of television I've seen in years. And the thing is, what you can do is on a lot of planes that you can find the Bluey. Just go to the kids section.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to cry on an airplane.
Oh, it's the best place to cry.
That's true, maybe.
It is because there's lower oxygen levels.
You get like the high on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
the
and
cry
everyone's
high.
wearing some kind of sound isolation. So
I would love it. I would love it if I was on a plane, just sitting next to some rando, and like halfway through the flight, they just look over at me, and I'm just sobbing, looking at Bluey. Listen, Sleepy Time made my friend cry because she's a mom, and it's very about moms, right? And it was making me cry because I got a dead mom. So it's just like, I've never had to hold it together so that a 3-year-old girl won't see me weep openly.
Thank you.
So that she doesn't understand that parents can die. Because I was like, we don't need to have
complicated. Yeah.
we don't need to have that conversation yet. Like, we don't need to teach her that quite yet.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, you asked me a question now, and I
Did
have my
I?
answer, and I checked my phone. You said like, what did you enjoy?
Oh,
And
right.
I asked
First of
that
all,
question.
oh sorry,
We're
I'm
the
so
same.
sorry. Hi,
It's fine,
hi.
it's fine.
I'm new
We're
here.
one and the same.
So I think the indies are killing it, and the Australians are killing it. Way to the Woods and My Arms Are Longer
I
Now.
love
Nice.
those. Both of those.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I was almost the one presenting Way to the Woods.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
The dev couldn't make it.
Yeah. And I think what ended up happening is they just had one of the Xbox PR people do it.
Yeah.
That's,
That's I think
who I
it
got
was.
to meet. And
Yeah.
It
was so
And
sweet.
It seriously so absolutely beautiful. I don't know what it was, but like I just needed to play nice things after going in and just watching people be dismembered for the entire weekend.
Yeah.
And that was just outside. Had nothing to do with the games. we were in downtown LA.
Yeah, we were in downtown LA. It's
it is
rough.
bad.
Or
yeah.
maybe we have a thing that will come out soon once the embargo's up. What he's talking about also. But
Yeah.
which I think you could mention, but I can't. But
right.
whatever.
Okay. Well, fine. Yes. No. Do you know what?
You don't
I'm
have
not
to
going
do
to. I'm not going to do it.
You don't
I'm not
have
going
to
to do it.
I'm just saying, don't
Yeah.
worry. I'm
Yeah. Okay.
not trying to
phew.
stress
okay,
you out.
Fine. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Because I got told the rules before I got in here, and there are plenty.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You can say the C word once and don't mention the H word.
crying. So I have to say it twice now.
Fine.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But no, they were great. I didn't get to. So even though I know Alex Walton Regan, they wouldn't let me in to play Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah.
But before I knew it was problematic. It's not problematic. It's
Just
fine.
has
It's
some
fine.
AI,
It's fine.
I
Yeah, it's
guess.
fine. And
Jury's
then
out.
Sucks. We'll see.
yeah, but it was, and I didn't get to play the Pod Racer game.
Oh, that one was booked solid, apparently. She got to play it,
Booked
though.
solid, and yeah, and
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Yeah, I worked for the
under
publisher,
embargo?
and they wouldn't let me.
No, it's okay.
Oh.
Okay. Oh yeah. Phew. All right.
Is
fine.
that one embargo?
I was specifically told I was allowed to say I did play
Yeah,
it.
you
Okay.
can play it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Fine.
But I
Yeah,
can't
you
say anything else
you can't
besides
get into
that.
details.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did.
Even though
That's
I was in the front of the main room where anybody could see it and film it.
That's why I was told in person that you can say that you played it.
I'm getting my embargoes.
Just pull it up.
Which ones have we
Just
shot
take a look.
already? Which ones
Yeah,
have-
no.
What
we're
is-
so weird.
what
We
is
shot
highlighted in
tomorrow's
red?
embargoes already.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Now we're good.
We're good.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
We're good. You're fine.
Yeah, you're
Excellent.
fine.
You're
Everything's
okay.
Great. What else? No, it was my first. It's the first time I got to watch the ceremony.
Yeah.
If you ever get tickets for the ceremony, wear wool and air protection because it is so loud and it is so cold in that.
Oh, the SGF.
Yeah,
thing?
SGF.
Were you allowed to
Was
bring
the first
water
year
in?
they were in that theater?
No.
Yeah, it was my first time in yeah.
No, it was the first
Their
time
first
they were
time,
there.
yeah.
Oh
in that
yeah, because they
theater.
were where were
They were at YouTube Theater before.
That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, really? Way over on like the
In Inglewood.
by
yeah.
Larchmont or whatever. Yeah.
But it was
Or
freezing.
Loyola Marymount, I mean.
And I gotta say, I would pay money to have the experience of the Tupac revelation happen again. That was the entire room.
Was the what was the response like in
we
the room?
lost our minds because it was just like
How do you
You're
even
just-
react to it?
because you're just going, okay, yeah, it's Snoop, excellent, okay, yeah,
Right. He'll do anything for money. Right.
Tupac, and I just strangers hugged because we were laughing so hard.
Because
and-
that's what I felt when I heard it. I was like, this sounds like the most confused applause.
The audience was very confused.
Where they're like, give it up. And they're like,
when Jeff Keighley starts laughing because of the reaction, that was it was
Were
amazing.
people in the room like, because like I've realized as time has gone on since that reveal that I'm like not okay with it. Weirdly, was in the moment in the room were people like excited or were they like,
No.
what the fuck are you doing?
No,
Or is
no, it was just like it was like everyone just went,
What?
why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why?
That's
and
the
then you're
main
like,
question.
and you're like, okay, are we making sure that like a widow and I don't remember his.
Unfortunately, I know a lot of people that have done interviews about this, but
Yeah.
it's still under embargo. And so they're like, can we please talk about this? Because
yeah.
it would be better if we could.
Okay, I don't work for these people, so
Yeah.
I can shit on this.
I mean, I could say what we looked up is that the estate is some guy from WB, and the daughter of Tupac has been suing him for like various things. It used to be the mom, but it's not anymore. So it's like, right now, to me, it seems pretty shitty.
Okay.
There is
That's the Google.
But
There
there's
is more to it.
apparently more
Fine.
to it
Listen.
that we can't talk about.
One thing
Which
I
is
will
very
say-
stupid. You
Yeah.
should let people talk about it so you don't look like a fucking bunch of morons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Whenever shit goes down in this industry, I wait 3 days
That's very wise.
before I have an opinion.
That's hard to do when you're live and have to react to things.
I realize that
When
so
Tupac
many
walked
things
out, I
I've
was
just
like,
said
what
can
the
get clipped, and I could get so screwed. But yes, I get it. But the thing is that all I'm telling you is the reaction in the room was like, what universe is that? What's
Right.
going on?
Right.
Yeah.
And then we started laughing. We bonded. I met 2 streamers from Brazil.
Oh, great.
I love that this was a whole bonding moment.
Trauma bonding with the audience at SGF.
It's just and then we did a little hug because why not, international relations.
Why not?
And then Snoop came on stage and everyone was like, okay, and we're back. And you locked in, and then Snoop was talking while gray hair Snoop was in the background.
Right.
And you're like, of course this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then we Googled and we're like, who owns Death Row now and stuff like that. And then so like everyone went on their phones.
Your announcement is either really good or really confusing if everyone has to Google a bunch of stuff right after it comes out.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So
crazy.
So that was sort of the light of the
Right.
of the experience, but what's great is hearing people get it, because of course everything is a reveal, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Everything's about trying to figure out what that trailer's about, and like like 3 guys were like, Veronica!
Yeah, oh yeah. It's
And then
I mean that's basically our job, right? Is like
Yeah.
reacting to stuff and trying to like guess what things are. One of the best things I've ever heard was it the Japanese devs were telling us this. Was it Final Fantasy or who was it that told that they said they love watching Damiani's reactions specifically? That he's like big in Japan because of the
Oh
reaction.
no, that was when I first met Ohm, who's now my boss.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That people in Japan love watching Damiani specifically react because they see him get things first, but
Right.
then he waits to see when we get it. Instead of like saying something, he'll just wait, but they see him get it, you know? And I just think that's wonderful.
Jeez.
That's so nice.
It was so
It's
that
also
was,
very Damiani. Yeah.
but it is this feeling of because I guess these shows now are there to it's like a hype machine now
for sure.
more than a presentation.
Oh yeah.
And it was really fun to be in the room. And what I really liked is the fact that people can buy tickets to this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's real fans.
Yeah.
And that one guy who walks around with the service dog.
Oh,
like just it's like all these people just go in there because they love this shit.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. And then you get to see the machine working. I'm so glad I came, but I'm so looking forward to sleeping
Yes.
just in the fetal position.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, we can, on that note, move on to, we have one more thing to shoot that David will be in, but it's embargoed, so we can't shoot that live, alas, but you'll see that come up in a few days. I can't remember when that comes out, but
Not
yeah,
too
is
long.
there anything else you want to plug or say or just mention before we go off the air?
no, I just want to say thank you for bringing me on a day where none of you want to talk to anybody.
No, we're always happy to talk to you. And thanks for the ice cream.
Hey, pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah, so thank you so much to David Menkin, special guest. We've never wrapped out our SGF impressions day 2 with a special guest from the games we're talking about. That's fun. But yeah, Don, you still in there?
Don's
Don
gone.
went home.
Everyone's gone
Don went
home.
home.
Don's gone.
Ugh.
All right, well then I'll go in there and take us off the air. So
Yeah.
do an outro.
Do an outro. Yeah.
You stay put. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I'll do the same outro I did before you came in here. Thank you for watching our Summer Game Fest previews. We had this block that you just saw here. We had another block a couple nights ago that's up on YouTube now. This will go on YouTube, but the next block will not be on Twitch. It will only be on YouTube. So watch for part 3. That's going up. And then we've got a whole bunch of other things that are embargoed to weird random times. Some later this week, some a couple weeks from now, some way too far down the road, et cetera, et cetera. So keep a watch for more Summer Game Fest stuff. And we are supported by viewers just like you. So thank you to everybody who has been subscribing here and gifting subs and everything in the Twitch chat. Thank you to our mods for keeping everything straight and everybody straight. And thank you to
Speak for
our
yourself.
patrons.
I was gonna say.
Go to patreon.com/easyallies to support us on a monthly basis and keep all the coverage rolling because Gamescom's coming.
Oh boy.
And
Doesn't end.
It doesn't end.
we will be there. How many of us will be there? I'm not sure, but we will be there.
Do we wave?
Can't wave.
You should wave.
You can wave. Love and respect.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.